Hey now.
Don't let him know you're scared of him, then I'll fuck with you.
Hey, buddy. Hey. Welcome back to Grandma's house. He's choking me out. Welcome back to...
That was what I was afraid of.
You alright?
Video. This is a countdown video. This is a countdown video.
Episode 44. We're almost halfway, and by almost another 6 months, you morons thought this would be easy.
Unboxing Eric, he's just a little guy. How can he cause this much drama? Watch him fly. Unboxing Eric.
Look at me. I'm flying with balloons.
He was our little guy. He was an annoying little twerp, but he was a little twerp.
How do you
Eric.
stop this thing?
Unboxing Eric. Our little twerp.
I can see Kelly Clarkson's house from here.
Our little perfection. Unboxing Eric.
How far till I get to Stearns?
Thank you, Howard, for bringing us this gift.
Get me down from here, you motherfucker.
Unboxing Eric. You know what to do.
I think I am gonna be sick.
Unboxing Eric. You know what to do.
Hello, Stearns.
Unboxing Eric.
And what it is you've got to know yourself.
You got to know yourself. I can't ever change that. That's it. Always gets me in the perfect mindset for this show. You got to know. This show is all about knowing yourself and who you are and being grateful and thankful for things. Just kidding. Hey, what's up? Welcome to Unboxing Eric, the most ungrateful show ever. It's Sunday night. You've just rubbed one out and you are looking for some entertainment. Well, too bad. But here we are anyway. You found us, and so thank you so much for joining us. With me always is the beautiful Luigi Greenberg.
Hello.
That's right.
Thank you for having me.
And a polka dot dress that looks a little bit like a mess. That's a fashion. No, I'm sorry, DJ Electra.
It looks like a mess? Why?
No, I'm just kidding. I like it. There's not enough yellow in it. If you're going for the Ducks colors, I need a little more yellow and an Oregon logo. Thank you. Thank you. I am wearing an Oregon Ducks logo. Look at me. Look at me. Anyway, welcome to Sunday night. I hope you've had a great weekend. It's been a great day of podcasts here in the podcast world. There was the great Blind Mike show in the morning.
Hey now.
That was amazing. And then Krager's was back in his rightful spot. I love that. I became a fan of that show with Krager's in that spot. So it's awesome to see. Hopefully, many weeks like that in a row. We are looking to hire babysitters. If you're in the Boston area, give us a call.
Exactly.
Also, then we did Catch 22, which was awkward and amazing. I hope you liked it.
Awkward? Why awkward?
Well, because we can both put videos up now. And so it's just a new way of doing things. So I like it. I'm very meticulously planned, and she's just like, look at this, and I'm like, ah. So that was. If you want to see me run away during a video, I did it today. I am a man. I'm a giant man. I ran away from something on the internet. Look at me.
I'm scary. I'm very scary.
No, it was it was just some consequences. I'm not looking for consequences. I like a consequence-free life. Speaking of which, are you guys ready for some a fairly long night tonight? You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Yeah, we got 2 calls tonight, but one of them is really long because guess who comes back? Hold on. Let me get the drum roll and see if you can guess. Can give you 3 guesses each. Guess who comes back? Luigi.
Jesus.
He does. We're devoting the whole show to the resurrection of Christ. Pull out your Bible, Psalms 13. Let's do this. Orgy afterwards.
Johnny Frotto, I'm going to guess, maybe?
No.
Oh.
Eric's back.
Oh, wow. We know Eric's we know
It
Eric's
was a
back.
layup, Luigi. God damn.
Oh, yeah.
I was
up
getting
there
my
like
3
Dwayne-
guesses ready.
I was like,
I was
we
gonna
wouldn't
say
be here if
Abraham
Eric
Lincoln.
wasn't back.
I know. It
Sorry
feels
if
like he never-
I built on the assumption.
You did, and stop doing that. But yes, it feels like he never leaves because he's always talking, leaving messages somewhere. Yes, but tonight, he may come back. I might have blown it already. But we know he comes back because we got like a lot more calls to get to. We have a lot more of exploiting of handicapped people to get to. All right, am I right, people? That's right.
That's right. And I'm one of them.
I'm here.
Exploit them handicapped people.
That's right. That was in the one ad that I responded to.
It was actually in the bold. I'm like, God damn. All right, guys. So are you ready to do some call breakdowns? She's here. Luigi's queer. She can do a call breakdown. That's DJ Electra Fry. You ready for the call recap? This is
All right.
last week's
I think.
calls. And you're going to let us know what those are. Starting. It wasn't calls. They were talking about him. Ow.
All right, recap of Eric's exile. Crazy Alice calls in. ETM quit show and won't call in. Crazy Alice was not fooled by tape. Hi, Fred. Mutt confirms ETM is off. SFN. ETM is posting about Howard on MySpace. ETM says he will not crack. ETM calls and
He will
talks
not.
to Jimmy Kimmel. Boring. ETM MySpace rant against Julie. ETM called MySpace legal department. John put ETM on the floor of the strip club. Whoa. Frodo calls in
Yo.
for ETM. ETM disgruntled. ETM has emailed over 50 or so lawyers.
She did it. Let's talk about it. It's Jan. Let's not make that
Yay.
mistake again. He's a dear person in Eric's heart.
Oh yeah,
And
I did. But I just read it, John. But it's Jan.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
I forgive you. But he did put Eric on the floor of the strip club, and that is fabulous news. I think that's also someone who was clearly exploiting a handicapped person for some titties. But also, he's not going to crack, guys. He's not going to crack. It says it right there. Because he called MySpace's legal department, and he was going to see how he can solve this once and for all. I love that. He also emailed about 50 or so lawyers with his 5-page disgruntled letter about Howard essentially, like abusing him or some nonsense. The same sort of stuff he went to Star Jones with years ago. But that's where we are now. Are you guys excited? I'm excited.
I'm excited to hear what the MySpace lawyers had to tell him.
They said, insert change here, and we will give you the next answer. MySpace lawyers. I
I
don't
said,
think that's a
who
thing.
are you?
It's like, that's my cousin Pets.com's friend. MySpace. Heyo. That's in 2000. If you lost money in the 2000s, you get that joke. Oh, do you get that joke? Oh, is it painful? That's a painful one. Oh,
It's funny. I wouldn't
so
remember
much
that.
money on Pets.com.
I wouldn't remember that if they didn't try to sue Triumph.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because he looked like
I
the
never
creature-
understood what the argument was as to why they wanted to sue him.
Hey, if you own one sock puppet, you own the world. It's like the Sauron ring. It controls all other sock puppets.
Oh,
Thank you. Yeah, you asked. It's a boring answer, but it's the truth. All right,
what
guys.
they wrote.
Are you ready for a call? We got to get into it a little early, even though we're already 10 minutes in. Here we go, because we got a lot of call to get to on unboxing Eric.
Hey, hold on. Johnny Fratto and Eric the Midget want to talk to me.
Oh, geez. Now Eric's on live.
Hi, Johnny. Hi, Eric.
Richard's.
Eric's on the phone because we're going to sit down and we're going to settle this thing right now. We're going to get it straightened out.
Mano a mano?
All right, let's settle it.
This thing went too long. So, Eric,
Go ahead, Eric.
tell him what your problems are.
My problem is the fact that I'm trying to set, a little meeting up between myself, Diana, her mom, and my parents. When my parents and I go to Georgia, and
I have nothing to do with that.
Well, you do, because your little reporter tried to stick his nose into it. Now I don't know if that meeting's actually going to happen now.
According to Mrs. Digarmo, it was never going to happen, Eric. She doesn't know what to do with you. I mean, you're talking about you don't know what to do with me. She doesn't know what to do with you.
Yeah, whatever, jackass. And for starters, your reporter's an idiot that can't get shit straight, because I'm not calling at odd hours.
That's beside the point.
I make sure that I don't call any later. I know the time difference between here and Atlanta, and I make sure that...
Oops. It's light docs.
What is his reason for calling Howard?
Because he wants to complain that he's trying to set up a meeting with Diana and her mother and his parents, and them talking about it on Howard is really chilling his buzz, man. It's really making the Digarmo family look at him like a bunch of weirdos when they're just trying to get dinner with her and his family for no reason. I mean, what do you not understand? This is like a common logic. Electra, you understand this, right? Maybe this is an LA thing. I don't know.
All right.
Also, being annoying.
Also,
Got
B,
it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's no reason
Subsection
to
B, yes.
there's no reason to include Howard in this call. I don't understand.
I you know why. We both know why if you really think about it.
No.
because
I understand. I see what you're saying, but I don't understand his explanation of including Howard. You see what I'm saying?
No, that's right. Well, I understand what it is because we heard at the beginning of the call what this call is. Eric and
Johnny Fratto
are on the phone.
I understand the real reason. I'm saying I do understand the real reason.
No,
I don't.
but Johnny,
I don't understand what he's trying to say.
Johnny has them all twisted up. Like this has something to do with Howard, and Howard's cock blocking it, and he needs to call Howard and uncock block the cock block. And so here's Eric going, uncock this cock block, and Johnny's back there like punching people on the shoulder, laughing like a fucking
But
hyena.
I want to understand the fake conversation or the fake reason. I guess I'm saying, like I don't understand what Eric's trying to say, but. Whatever. Maybe Eric doesn't maybe Eric doesn't either, you know.
He is not the master in this. Johnny's the master. Ironically, Eric is the blaster in this situation. He's the little guy, but he's getting ridden around by John. Someone needs to draw. Goddamn, write that down. I need to draw that picture of Johnny's riding Eric around like Master Blaster. Okay, here we go.
I don't call too late.
Hey, Eric, you realize you called into the show.
You're on the show again.
No, Johnny.
I called.
Oh, Johnny called.
But you're on the show. You don't have to speak. You decided to be on the show.
No, I'm not being a part of this show. I'm not being a part of the show. A show that is making.
I'm just pointing out you're on the show. I mean, I'm just pointing that out.
Hey, that's like, say I had two ladies and I was, doing things to one of them, and then my thing went through and hit the other one.
I've imagined that frequently.
And then they're saying, no, you're not doing that to the second one. No, just the first. What? I'm doing it to both. That's a very weird story. I couldn't make the logic work unless I did that. By the way, if you've done that, God damn, send me a message. What's that like?
Hey, Howard, while I have a minute, because it's such a rare opportunity. Eric,
we win, Eric. I mean, we did win. I told you you'd be back, and you're on the show.
No, I'm not. No.
You are?
Think of that logic. He's not on the show because he didn't call. I did not have sex with that lady because I was fucking a girl before her. My penis was in another one, and then it touched her. Doesn't count.
The harder he fights is always what makes him more entertaining. No.
Yes.
Far on
This
the
is
show.
this is the show.
Much like other people.
This is my
That's what makes the ladies entertaining. There you go. How do they face?
one and only call because I'm not.
Come on. I mean, you got to admit. Wait a second. Everything else.
No, shut up for a minute. I'm not being a part of a show that's making people believe that I'm a racist, gay, Nazi.
A racist gay Nazi.
When did you become a racist gay Nazi?
Oh, cross that off your bingo cards. I had him say, I had a plus 700 saying that, so I'm out some money on this.
I'm a character.
That's a whole nother story, Howard.
You're a Nazi?
A racist
Oh,
gay
he's not a
Nazi.
I
Nazi.
did not see that one.
I didn't know you
Not
were a
a
Nazi.
Nazi.
He just said people believe he's a Nazi?
Because
Somebody said he was a Nazi, not a Nazi.
stupid ass Shuli.
How's a racist gay Nazi talk? What?
Shuli said you're a Nazi.
Shuli will be a guest on
Skeptical Robot tomorrow, 12 Eastern, 12 o'clock Eastern.
Yes, maybe clip that.
We could
Is
ask
this
him about this.
I
Event.
I should. I should.
No,
Ask if he
just clip
remembers
it.
it.
No, just clip it as an introduction. Be like, coming up next, stupid ass Shuli.
That'd be good.
Yeah, he'd like
Nazi?
Jesus, I hate this.
Good.
What do you mean? Why would he say you're a Nazi?
Because I made one mistake in a
I heiled one time. I was just waving down a cab. They're like, look at that midget Nazi.
text message to him.
What did you say?
In a moment of anger, I called him a big nose Jew or a balding Jew or something like that.
Oh, Eric. Oh, boy.
In a moment of anger, I dropped a nuclear bomb on Palestine. God damn, Eric.
Oh, well,
there you go.
There you go. Your true colors came out.
I am Midget.
Your true colors came out? That's not nice to say,
Richard, I
people.
love Richard.
That's not my.
That was actually going to be one of the titles for this, but I got a little scared. Got to be honest. Didn't want to put that on the screen. So, your little reporter, isn't that sweet? Isn't that
Yeah,
cute?
that was probably a good call.
I sometimes do that, but not often.
True colors. That's not me. That never was me before I had any.
You're sounding a little Mel Gibson.
I think he was starting to blame. He said he was never like that before he came on the show.
Oh, that would have been a little Mel Gibson would have been a better title of everything. God damn.
That would have been great.
Souffle and a jigaboo in the oven.
When you hear things reversed, they are words we can't say on YouTube.
I never get.
We're not supposed to. We say them. Retards.
You
Eric, I have nothing to do. Eric, I have nothing to do with your meeting Mrs. Digarmo and her daughter.
And this is between you and the news department. It has
Right.
nothing to do with us.
And if you want, the news department never has to talk about you again.
Who hired them? You did.
Yeah,
But we
absolutely.
don't direct them every day.
Actually, I didn't hire the news department, but that's beside the point.
That's there's a little part of Howard that you don't like. Oh, no, I have no control over this until you start covering Beth. You're all fired. Right? Like, yes, yeah. If you have firing control, you control the office. Hello?
Yeah,
No?
but
No,
he didn't
no,
hire
no.
him, so it wasn't his idea.
Well, I mean, kind of technically he did a contest that was on his show where they won or they got picked. They got hired by someone. Who did a spirit come out of the sky? Who hired them for the Howard Stern channel? Who could have possibly done it? Who are the culprits? It's a caper.
Eric doesn't realize if he was nice to you, you could probably set up a meeting between him and Diana.
Of course, it'll be done in a second.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have had to make however many phone calls you've made.
Be done in a second.
Well,
I would call up Mrs. Digarmo and I'd say, Mrs. Digarmo, look, Eric is a very big fan. He's been...
By the way, when I talked to her, what was it, I think last Friday or the Friday before, she told me to keep calling back as many times as I have to until I get a good opportunity to talk to her for a while.
What are you talking about? If you've talked to her, you had your opportunity.
The rap that I've heard is that she's a very, very sweet woman.
Right.
She does not want to offend any of her daughter's fans, and she's just a very polite woman.
Yeah,
But
Eric,
How
you
many of her
gotta
daughter's
know.
fans find her phone number and call?
One. One surly one they found. By the way, did you ever see this Tom Green movie? Anyone? The good Tom Green movie?
I tried watching it, couldn't get into it.
That might be worth a watch. That might be worth a watch. I'm just saying, I love it. I think he's sort of like some of that absurdist comedy. Predates some of the Adult Swim stuff. But I love this movie.
What movie is it?
God damn you.
Freddie Got Fingered.
Thank you. Thank you. Luigi, you saved my ass right there because I knew I was going to get out of that scot-free. No one asking.
Except me.
Fuck you.
No, that it's not proper to.
Have you seen it, Electra? Have you seen
No.
Freddie Got Fingered?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you'd hate it.
Be calling Diana
never know.
DeGarmo's mother at her house and constantly asking her if you can speak to Diana DeGarmo.
And set up a meeting with your family.
Right. It's not right.
I'm actually trying to do everything through her mom. I'm not trying to sit there and ask Brenda, can I talk to Diana?
But think about it for a second. Why does Diana DeGarmo and her mother want to meet with you? I mean...
And your parents.
I mean, really, think about it. Like, what's in it for them? What do they
And
want?
we've talked
who
about
are
this.
you?
We
Because
don't
I'm
want to
actually,
laugh harder.
since leaving your
Natural.
show, I've
thanks for your
started
concern,
doing
Granny.
writing. And some of
We got a
what
new
I'm
producer,
writing,
guys. It's awesome.
I'd like
I'm
to
just gonna
talk
relax
to
now.
Diana about it because I want
But do you think
to.
it's right to speak to her mother and bother her? Go through her publishing
But also,
company.
why do your parents, if you want to interview somebody as a reporter or a writer,
It is the specialist thing about Eric that he has no filter. Like, he will dox. He just doxed and goes, oh, by the way, lives in Atlanta. Just in case you were looking to eat an American Idol star. You know, if you're in the South, you're not going to have to pay a lot in gas. So he's already doxing these really famous people. He then worms his way in, uses his, connections and worms his way into their life to where the guilt is his currency. Amazing.
His connections were Howard, though. That's what's crazy, is he just doesn't want to acknowledge that. Yeah.
He now can get that. He can get the things he really wants without going on the show anymore a lot of the times. So that's why he left. He's like, I don't need this anymore. I can still go to events at the Arco Arena or, wherever I can go and be around famous people because I've been on the Stern Show. I don't need to continue to be on the Stern Show, but he can never go away.
what do your parents sitting down with her and her mother have to do with it? You could interview her over the phone if she would sit down for an interview. And that takes one phone call, Eric.
We're going to that part of the country for a family wedding. We're
Right, that's what you guys are doing.
So what? Yeah.
What's it got to do with her? In other words, I know what.
Let me ask you something, Eric. How about if people start calling your parents
family
over
wedding
and over again to meet you?
That's a great fucking point. Like
Remember
right
that?
now, if you think it, yeah, oh yeah,
family wedding.
Yep. Imagine right now if people started calling and bothering Eric's family. Horrible, right?
Yeah. Well, it was horrible then too.
No, I know, but just like it's the same thing. But
Yeah.
right, you're right. Good point. Yeah, but when we're like listening to it, laughing at it without that sort of conscious thought of, oh, fuck this lady, who cares? She's an American Idol star, who cares? But now years later, you're like, oh, you know what? No, I don't care. Still, American Idol star. Never mind.
Yeah.
What would you think of that?
I've had my family called. And
Really?
I'm not famous. I'm just on YouTube shows,
Oh, yeah. On Catch-22, she let us know that someone has taken her father's image and made a profile with it. And I said, Luigi, if it isn't I'm a gay papa, then they're really
Not very
missing
creative.
something. They've missed the bullseye. You know what I'm saying? I'm a gay papa for $5. Like, I'd say that all day.
That would have been fine. I would have
don't
laughed
get that,
maybe
but
even.
That would have been pretty funny.
Let's put it that way. What would you think of that
Because they were coming
let's
to
say
visit.
High Pitch Eric's coming to your area and wants to visit you and your parents and keeps calling your parents. Your parents are probably nice people, and they're probably like, I don't want to be mean to this guy, but he's calling over and over again. I'm afraid to be mean to him. Do you ever think of that? Like
Put yourself in their place.
So tell me, how would you feel if High Pitch Eric kept calling your parents, asking if he could come meet with you?
Well, given the fact that they don't want anything to do with anyone associated with the show, I would assume that they'd hang up on them.
Maybe the DeGarmos feel that way.
But I'm
why
not
is why is he choking on the phone again? Like he started okay, and now suddenly remember we've always said that he like starts clear and then just slowly drifts away from the phone.
Yeah, it's a tell. It'd be like if you took him to the police station and you're like, all right, Eric, what's your name? He's like, Eric. Where were you on the night of June 13th? What? Why are you talking into your coat now? You're shrinking. He's lost like 30 pounds. He's going into a shell, people. He's a millipede. He's a millipede, man. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of... So I think it's when he gets called out and he can't actually answer anything correctly. He just sort of mumbles and hopes they move on to the next thing. Because that's what the Stern show. It's not a bad strategy. You just wait around long enough and someone else gets thrown under the bus. You're like, woo, didn't have to answer that.
I wonder if that was a strategy that he used with his family. Like, he was used to people doing that when he would do that. Oh, okay, well, we'll just move on.
My guess is his parents trained him to be quite manipulative. Just because, you know, in order to get what he wanted, you know, he had to do twice what a normal able-bodied person would do to get it, you know? Like, and so he'd have to be twice as aggro, be twice as happy, be twice as, you know? And so I guarantee he could... You know, Jan was bent around his finger. Guaranteed. So he had some sort of... Because he did have like a evil, you know, genius kind of mind, but just in a, you know, honey-baked ham kind of body. That makes it hard.
A turkey body.
So. Electra, you okay there? she's moving
I'm
her
good.
mouth every once in a while. Okay, she's breathing. She's breathing, folks.
Anymore.
Or maybe the Digarmos don't want anyone. They don't want to meet with you. They don't know you. Why would they want to meet with you? Did you ever ask yourself that? They don't want to meet with you.
Because unlike what you and your fans like to think about me, I'm not a bad person.
Not that you're a bad person. They don't know you. We don't think you're a bad person. I never thought you were a bad person. But who the hell?
Well, stop painting me that way to your fans.
No one has.
That's why he's on the phone. He's here to remove the cock blocking that he thinks Howard's doing. And he either thought of that or Johnny
painted you that way.
Johnny. It was Johnny.
Yeah,
Steve, did you paint that to the fans that you're I mean, if you called a Jewish man a filthy Jew or whatever you call
balding something,
then I understand why he got offended. You're the one who's threatening people.
It is a genius religion that builds hats in to the balding areas of your head. I like that.
I assume it's where it started.
That is nice.
They're like, hey, even if it goes up front, you grow it like around to your ankles, though, but in Goldilocks on the sides. That's fucking genius. and then put a babushka hat on, and all else fails.
I've never understood that.
I really, their hair strategy is A+. I gotta say.
Mm-hmm. They dance good at weddings too.
Well, that's racist.
People, and you're the one who's saying nasty things to people.
Well, that moron that is employed by you was told the night that picture that he posted on his webpage was told by me and my friend not to post it. He said, "Oh yeah, okay, I won't post it." Then he goes around behind my back.
I think that's Shuley.
Who's Shuley?
Yeah.
Steve, what is it?
A guest on Skeptical Robot.
That's going on between you and Eric the Midget. Here's Steve Langford. He claims that you're mean to him.
And that you've said bad things to him about, or to the Digarmos. Like,
he has really focused his anger on Steve Langford. So it's gonna be a lot of anger towards Steve Langford for a while.
Yes, or something.
What about that?
It's always fascinating how when you report a story, when you call people to find out about a story, that if they don't like the story,
all of a sudden you're bad.
I'm bad. So, that's the way it goes.
Eric, he didn't lie. He said that you're trying to set up a meeting with the Digarmos.
Real quick. It really was an amazing thing that Steve never broke character. Not that there really maybe even was a character, but it was the fact that he always took his job seemingly so serious when it came to Eric. You know, he would come in and he sounded like a real primetime television news reporter, and it bothered Eric so much that he never dropped the professionalism.
He was born a newsman. That sort of cadence and that sort of, you know, it's kind of, like I guess the guy that's in like a Pat Dixon thing, I guess, the kind of that you could relate to in our universes that just has sort of a way they talk where you could hear them doing like nightly reports. Are you okay there, Electra? Your mouth's moving again. Are you eating?
I'm not eating anything. No.
I got you.
Digarmos. That's it.
Wrong. He did lie.
What did he lie about?
A friend of mine that is also still
Goldfish
friends
crackers.
with Brenda and Diana. And that's how I got to meet Brenda and Diana last year. Called Brenda, and Brenda said that Lankford lied on air yesterday about the phone call. That it did not exactly happen the way he said it
You
did.
know that Johnny is the one who fed him that line.
This doesn't sound like Eric at all. This story is way like Eric's a simpleton. And this is way too many details for Eric. And so yes, I think I don't think he's reading from something, but I think Johnny has him trained up here.
Listen, I've got all the notes right in my hand here from the conversation, a nice conversation I had with Mrs. Digarmo.
What did she say, Steve?
Foiled again!
Well, I haven't got the script in front of me, but again, I asked her
No,
about
never
these
mind.
phone calls.
It was in your hand.
She confirmed that she was getting a lot of phone calls, she said, from you. And I asked her if she was uncomfortable with all these phone calls. And she said, I don't want to answer that.
Wait a minute, you double-talking idiot. Just a second ago, you said that the notes were in your hand, and then you say that the script...
He said he doesn't have a transcript with him, but he has notes. And in his notes, the woman is saying she doesn't want to badmouth you. Read between the lines.
She won't answer the question whether she feels uncomfortable.
Obviously, she doesn't want to offend you, but you're calling a lot, and she doesn't want to get into it. She doesn't want to start World War III because you have a phone number. But you could see that she's feeling bothered. You could make that assumption. Am I right, Johnny?
The lady's the only thing I'm confused about is the lady's telling them call back as much as you want. I mean, wouldn't the lady say, we're busy, we're very busy?
Well, listen, the lady isn't a PR person. She's probably nervous. Someone's got her phone.
Was Johnny just doing this to entertain himself? Or was it...
I mean,
did he think this was funny? I mean, it's a hypothetical question.
I mean, that logic checks out with, oh, hell, look, she's changing. But that logic works out to me. If they don't complain, keep doing it. And that's what he basically... Johnny's like, hey. Oh, she's eating gold chips. She's eating goldfish. It's a goldfish. She did it, folks.
Oh, nice. I like
goldfish
that.
tits.
If I eat on
It's got
the
goldfish
show,
tits.
I'm going to put what I'm eating on my shirt.
Luigi? As men, what were you thinking? No, we're moving on. We're moving on. Moving on. No, a lot of that would be not terms of service. Safe to put on your
Did you
shirt.
hear the joke that we made about the monochromatic lesbians? Never mind. No, I'm asking. It wasn't a joke. I was asking.
Oh, I thought that was it. I thought the monochromatic lesbian was the joke. I thought
no,
that was because,
we made a joke on my show on Friday. You listened about the monochromatic lesbians, about lesbians in black and white. You didn't listen. Never mind.
It's an amazing joke.
No, that's
Especially
not the
that last
joke.
part. Oh, okay.
I keep asking if you heard it,
It was
and,
that
you've
thing
never
that-
said yes or no.
Oh.
Go ahead, Electra.
Got it.
You were going to tell us the joke?
We'll know that you guys were watching that like infomercial or public service
The
announcement
public
about
service announcement, yes.
about sex in the 50s or something. Yeah, that's
Yes.
when you said it. But I didn't
Yes.
really know what it referred to.
It was just talking about lesbians in black and white, and then the joke was that you can't tell. It was harder to tell when they had blood on their face.
Oh, dear God.
Also, one did have blood on her face, and she was arrested for doing blackface. Hey, I don't know why she'd be arrested. That makes no sense. They'd probably like it back then. Anyway, we're moving on.
Why does he need to call so many times? He's saying he wants a simple meeting. That's a yes or no. Why? What are all those calls about?
Yeah, they can call him back when they're ready to talk.
Eric, how many did you call a lot of times?
Yeah.
A lot of times, like what, 10?
I was going to say define a lot.
Well, why are you calling?
His accidental honesty sometimes is...
Yeah.
All right, it's heartening. There's a soul in there somewhere just locked up in a fucking pretzel because his body's got him all made.
So many times.
Yeah, why do you need to call so many times? Because you're not getting the answer?
Because we have a flight on the 23rd.
It's how you wear them down.
And I would like to know
But Eric,
that
Eric, if she's not calling you back, it means they're not interested. I hate to say this to you. I'm not trying to hurt you, but I'm telling you. When you call 10 times and they don't call back, like, if I wanted to meet with you, I'd call you right back the first day.
Get the message.
You're not picking up on this.
So, Eric, when you call 5 times...
You don't know
after
women,
you call
DJ
5
Electra.
times,
How dare you tell us what women know?
I know
You don't
nothing.
know.
Don't lady-splain to us what we already know about ladies. Tell us more. I think that's going to help. Just
I like
just
that
work
Howard
him
is
in.
giving him the brutal, honest truth. I mean, he needs to
He
hear it.
needs to
They
hear
are not
it.
interested. He needs to listen to it too,
Yeah.
and pay attention and accept it. We'll see
But
if that
in the
works.
other ear, Johnny is telling him, "Hey, they're still answering the phone. Keep going."
That's true. I didn't even think about that. You're totally right. In the other ear, Johnny's saying, "They're very nice to you, Eric."
Until hey kid, until the police show up, you keep calling that lady. I mean, that's what they're telling him. And so, Eric,
Let me tell you how I met Mrs. Frado, you little shit. I
So
called her
Eric
37 times.
So Eric gets to choose his path: honesty and no possible pussy ever, or just buy into Johnny's bullshit. And maybe in one of these alleys, there's a piece of pussy. And so I understand what he's doing. Let's just go with the guy with maybe pussy.
And also, if you think about it from his perspective, the 0.0001% chance of pussy is still better than zero. So he's gonna still keep pushing through.
You're saying there's a chance. That's all us men need. Just a tiny, that door cracked. Our shoulders are strong. We can beat on that cracked door.
He's gonna stick his little club foot into that door so you can't shut it.
I didn't think you were going to say little club foot.
He's gonna lock his wheelchair in place. It is not gonna be able to shut. I've got you now. Time is my friend. You will tire, my chair will not. All right, here we go.
in other words, every time you call, you're trying to lock down a meeting, and every time you call, you're not able to lock down a meeting, right?
Right.
So,
What does that tell you?
They're telling you something then.
And in fact, Mrs. Digarmos said that she does not believe that Diana has time on her schedule for a meeting.
So there you go, Eric.
And believe me, this girl doesn't have much of a schedule.
Right. People don't like
she
you,
didn't.
Eric.
She's headed out of town that week, as a matter.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh my God, was that Artie? People don't like you, Eric. Real nice.
People, yeah. We should
He
just
needs
put
to hear
everyone's-
that too.
That is amazing. 11:29. Let's get back to that. Right there.
That Diana has time on her schedule for a meeting.
So there you go, Eric.
and believe me, this girl doesn't have much of a schedule.
Right. People
Trust me.
don't like
She
you,
didn't.
Eric.
She's headed out of town that week, as a matter.
Yeah,
God, that's funny.
Eric, honestly, I'm not trying to hurt you. I think you're a great kid.
I think it's the earnestness that he says it in. It's just earnest.
You're a great kid. He's 37 years old at this point, I think.
Dupa, that's a good question. How old was Diana Digarmo at this
Oh,
time? She was like
very
20?
young.
I think she
Very
might have
young.
been
1920,
Hold
something
on.
like
Hold
really
on.
young.
Yeah.
2007.
And he's like this old dude that's calling her, and he's also talks weird, and he's
shaped like a turkey.
shaped like a
She
turkey,
was-
and- yeah.
She was 20 years old
Yeah.
in 2007. So that's when this was.
Ooh, okay. Well, wait a minute. How old was Eric actually? This was 2007?
Yeah.
Oh, he's 32. Ooh, yeah, it's
20
not
to
good.
30. Eric.
That's not good.
No, but
it's not. It's not impossible.
It's not illegal, but
yeah,
it's not
but
good.
it's not great. Yeah.
H is just a number. Just make sure it's legal. He always went to Nevada too with not great laws when it comes to that. Very low age limits as he's going to those places. Eric, you bad boy.
But you're a super fan, and you're not picking up signals. When people don't call back 10 times, sometimes you need us to help you interpret some of these things. And I know you think we're being mean.
And Johnny won't tell you this. We have to tell you.
Yeah, I mean, Johnny's a good guy.
Tell him. No, you know why? I'll tell you why. Because I see both sides of everything. And I wish Eric could have a life like he wants, because he really does want to be. I think that Eric said to me the only time he even feels normal, like the reason he's away from the Stern Show, is because it's the only, when he goes on, it makes him feel bad about himself.
All right, so that's fine. He doesn't have to be on the Stern Show. I'm not forcing Eric to be on the Stern Show. I'm not forcing Eric to be on this third show,
Right.
but the fact of the matter is Eric can't blame us for messing up this imaginary meeting with
Right,
Diana
it'll be
Digarmo.
our fault. And Diana Digarmo has already made it clear she's not meeting with you.
Yeah. I mean, and I know you're frustrated, and I know you want to blame us for your problems. I understand how badly you'd like to meet and hang out with Diana Digarmo and her family and have your mom and dad be friends with her mom. It would be really cool.
What gay man wouldn't?
But the fact of the matter is, Eric, you know,
As you get a response.
it's not our fault.
He's shuffling that phone around from hand to hand to foot, like a monkey. He's just going in all appendages. He's like, "Oh, what do I do?"
Oh,
That's
Droopy
not
Nuts.
their fault,
Droopy Nuts
Eric.
has a great point. Like, how much would you pay to hear the voicemails that he left on her phone? That's wow. You know what? We need to have our own like little spinoff show where we imagine what Eric said to all of these celebrities when he called them.
Oh my God! Yeah, that would be that's a full-time show right there.
Yeah, exactly.
He's right.
Members only.
Fat
You called 10
You're
times.
calling the wrong person gay.
When Artie makes a joke, Eric, too, you can have some fun with it. He thinks anything American Idol is gay. He thinks I'm gay for being part of American Idol.
Yeah, but see,
But see, I don't
Rightfully
take
so.
offense.
Stern, what you got to realize is
That's good.
you
I
got
like that.
two different types of fans.
Yeah, that might be a thumbnail at some point.
The fans that have brains that believe that that is a joke. But then you have the fans that are so stupid they can't tell a joke.
Eric, what would be the worst thing if somebody thought you were gay? Who cares? I don't care if people think I'm gay.
Give you an identity.
Maybe get a
Well,
date.
Yeah, I'm looking for a date. Someone come here and blow.
Yeah. I'm on the fence.
that's a that's a whole can of worms right there.
Blow me. I don't care what sex. Okay? Who cares?
Well, it kind of.
But
But you see how you're bothered by fans? And what are you doing to Diana?
you're bothering her.
You know
Don't
what I
use
think?
logic,
I think
Roger.
Howard, you should tell him how you get bothered by fans. I mean, he doesn't
Sure,
understand.
all the
of
time.
you-
I mean,
all of
Eric,
you
I got to
get bothered
explain something to
by
you.
fans.
When you call into a radio show, which you've done in the past, and you put yourself out there, you get some good stuff off it. You get to hear from people, creates a little bit of a life. All of a sudden, you're a little bit of a celebrity. It's fun.
You're going to gigs, you're hanging
a
out with
guy.
Artie
Yeah,
and
I
all
mean-
the guys.
But there's negative stuff, too. There are people out there who are going to bust your balls, and they're going to call you all the time. That's part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I get people day and night. You can't control that. That's part of being famous.
Oh, but in your later years, you can really try to control that. You can use your billions of dollars in media empire to try to control that. But right now, when you're having fun, no, don't try to control that.
And you've made
That
yourself
is amazing. But you know what's funny though is that, to some extent, I feel like these efforts from Howard did make an impression on Eric because it always brought him back. You know, a little bit of logic, a little bit of a sit down, seemed to always work on Eric to some extent to bring him back.
They always had the exact carrot to give him too, right? Like a WWE show, idol show, a porn star. Just the right thing to be like, okay, you know. He was always lured back. He chose to come back sometimes, but like this is a time where he choose to came back. But I'd say most of the times he's lured back when he leaves.
But yeah, I agree. But it was also like through a conversation. Like there was always a conversation where Howard would be like, "Look, here's the situation. You need to understand that this is what comes with your modicum of fame." And like it was always the same like set of circumstances, just told in a different package. And to some extent, I think it made an impression on Eric where he was like, yeah, okay, you're right. And then it brought him back. But yes, he was lured. He was lured for the initial reaction, but then to continue to participate in the show, there was always a little bit of logic that Howard, gave him that just worked. I don't get it. Yeah, it was weird.
I think ultimately, it's as one great poetic mind, Frederick Durst, once said. Eric eventually does it all for the Mickey. Yes.
Famous by calling into the show. I respect you if you don't want to call into the show anymore. You don't have to.
By the way, that was not a bad Fred Durst. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I've been practicing.
I had to process it for a second.
Yeah, I wish I had called a different show.
No one would have believed me. We're the only show that would have put up with you. Trust me. Yeah, I mean, what other show's looking for you?
Which show were you thinking you should have called?
Ryan Seacrest. He ain't looking for you. He's like, he's not interested in the life of Eric the Midget. We are.
One I'm serious that I've been trying to get a hold of for the last, I think, 4 weeks now is Hef's girlfriend show.
Do you want to call in on Hef's girlfriend show? You want to be a regular caller there and stop calling our show? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to call. I'm going to ask her if she would make.
That's cold right there. Eric's just abandoned ship for titties. So
he's a real man.
I mean, technically it's not a bad decision, but so at the same time at the Sirius building, all these different like magazines and cable play, they all had shows there. Oprah had a channel there. It was just nonsense, a waste of money. And the Playboy channel had a channel there, and Hef's Girls did a show on that channel. And we all know Eric is big into them blonde titty girls, or just titty girls in general. So he's now asking to be a caller on that show. Okay, trade me. Basically, like, trade me.
So he doesn't want to be on the news show anymore. He wants to go on to the Playboy show.
I don't want to play here anymore. I want to play over there. But try to get a draft pick for me if you can. You know, and maybe
fair enough.
A little sneaky guy.
It's a reasonable request from a man.
That's why I was like, do you want to leave and go over there? That's why I was like, yeah, of course he does. But then he goes, yes. That was a little surprising that he was that honest about it.
Make you a regular caller. How's that? See how it goes.
Okay.
Now, look.
But why would you do that?
Just jump down my shirt.
Why do I do that? Because it's fine.
What?
He'll see that
Wait,
they'll get no action off of that show.
But that's my point.
A goldfish just jumped down my shirt.
Well, it's gone forever. Hope it can, find its
wrangle
way
it
in
out.
that maze of tit milk and tit meat. Sorry, no milk in there. Not for a while. A little dry milk up in there. There you go.
And he's been calling and he's gotten no action.
It doesn't matter. He doesn't take no for an answer, this kid. What is it, Steve?
Eric, I want to ask you two questions. Do you have romantic feelings for Diana Digarmo?
Yes.
I see. What's your other question? Also,
are you
this
retarded?
lawsuit stuff you're talking
That's
about.
the other question.
Have you talked or thought about calling Gloria Allred?
Even Gloria Allred has.
Is that Johnny laughing?
noise?
Is that
Oh,
Johnny
is that
laughing?
Johnny?
I think it was.
So. Yeah. I gotta hear that again though, because it was definitely a sound. Either that or Eric like breathed in his entire life in one breath.
Have you talked or thought about calling Gloria Allred?
Even Gloria Allred has better things to do.
No, but Eric,
why did he call Gloria
Did you
Allred?
call Gloria Allred?
No.
have you thought about it? Have you talked about it?
Johnny, you can answer that one.
You just said it 10 minutes ago. I said don't go nuts on everybody here.
Gloria Allred will turn around and slap you with a restraining order.
That's right. See, it's not just Diana Digarmo. Our theory is no one will want to talk to you if you call.
Howard, I was trying to explain to Eric that the Diana Digarmo thing is way out of his league, and she's probably way out of a lot of people's league. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Besides being handicapped. And that mother is going to look for, if she's looking for a son-in-law, she's looking for a wealthy guy and somebody that you could, you know what I mean?
Right.
I've been very honest with Eric.
She's probably looking for some guy who doesn't call her house.
She's looking for a doctor, not a patient. Hey.
10 times a day.
Yeah.
Who has something better to do than that?
Yeah, Eric, you...
Actually, I probably call him maybe no more than twice a day.
All right, twice.
Yeah, she's not looking.
Twice a freaking day, Eric? That is stalker behavior. Okay? Some guy called me twice a day. I'd be like, no, stop. Don't do that.
Electra, some days it's only one. No more than two. Most days it's two. It's always two. There was that one day he lost his phone. It was only one. Dang. But every day other than that, it's two. It's only 2 times a day.
A lot, Eric.
That's a lot of calls, Eric.
How many days in a row?
Doing the quick math, 60 calls a month. That's a lot of calls. I'm just saying. 700 calls a year. That is a little like, because usually these things take time and have a cumulative sort of thing. So if you go into court and you're like, well, what has the last year been like? The judge says, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 700 calls.
How long has he been gone
Long-
from the Howard Stern show by this point? It hasn't been terribly long. I think it's like 2 months, maybe?
Yeah, 2 months, because they had the 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
And then he fought it for a week, and then he started that last show covered that next 2 weeks. And so, yeah, probably about 2 months from call to call.
Yeah. But Eric,
1 trimester.
you know what? From being on Stern show, you don't understand that
14 Scaramucci's.
there are girls out there that are, maybe they're not Diana Digarmos, but they're going to let you do anything you want to do.
Right.
Yeah, maybe they can hold a note, maybe they can't.
Yeah, I mean, Eric, why Diana DeGarmo? I mean, just because she's a...
Fucking Johnny is still getting laid off of being on Stern.
Yeah.
You need a chick who's heavy set who got hit by lightning, you know?
It's actually kind of funny that you bring that up, because on MySpace, a girl actually asked me if I had a girlfriend yet.
See?
See, there's the girl
Well, you don't believe me. Those girls
hold on. Great question, Droopy Nuts. If Eric was a full-size person, would he have been arrested by now?
No,
maybe not
right?
arrested.
No, I don't think he said by now. Hold on, that by now thing you added there. If Eric was a full-size person, he would have been arrested, right? I think what he means is his behavior towards these ladies is probably because then everyone look at him and is like, well, you know, it's not if he was a full-size person. Is he still in the chair? That's what I think is the. Because what he's saying, he's saying that like, how I get into these concerts, how I meet these people is I monetize my disability, and I use that to get into these places. Which, fuck, man, do what you got to do. You know, that's awesome. But I think that if that was different, if Eric was a full-size normal person, the real question is if Eric is a.
It was a yes or no question.
If Eric is a healthy midget, would he have been arrested? Healthy? Well, now, I mean, that's a good question. Oh, fuck you.
Wouldn't be around if you weren't on our show. So take advantage of it.
You got to hit it.
Last time I interact with chat, you motherfuckers.
But calling Diana DeGarmo's house is not going to win you friends.
It's almost like you're trying to live via television. You're going to call Gloria Allred. You're calling Diana DeGarmo. Mm-hmm. That is a fantasy life, Eric.
Yeah, you don't even really know her. You just know her from American Idol. It's kind of lame.
I met her once.
That's not meeting her. You met her like as a fan.
Just logic. Electra, I have to apologize for all men. God damn. You meet a guy at a bar once, he calls you 700 times in a year. That's normal. That's normal.
It happens, though. It's weird.
I met her once, Your Honor.
That's why I give out a fake number sometimes.
I imagine this is actually probably a pretty regular part of life when you're a woman. Like,
yeah,
I have to imagine that it's happened to every woman. Mm-hmm. But am I wrong, Electra?
You are correct.
Oh, okay.
It does happen to many women. I don't know about all. Maybe some are lucky and they don't get weirdos coming after them, but
the pretty ones.
You almost think about it in, scarier guys are with, scarier girls. Every girl's affected by this. There is none that aren't affected.
Yeah, guys are weird.
Don't forget the ugly, Luigi. The ugly
guys are weird and creepy.
Yeah, give them the Hall & Oates phone line.
What?
Hall & Oates. They have a phone number. If you call it, you play Hall & Oates. Maneater.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh.
I want the Hall & Oates phone number.
Okay, it is 719-266-2837.
Can we call it live? Can we call it right now?
Hold on. Everyone, calm down. Give me that number one more time.
719-266-2837.
All right. Let's hold on 1 second here. I'm going to see if you are telling me the truth.
To hear one-on-one, please press 1. To hear Rich Girl, please press 2. To hear Maneater, please press 3.
Maneater.
3. Yeah, Maneater. That song used to scare me when I was a kid. There we go.
Okay, yes, that's the song. I don't
That's
want to
amazing.
Yeah,
That's
you get to pick the
fantastic.
song. Yeah.
So, ladies, if you ever need a phone number to give to someone that you don't want to give your real phone number to, that's the one. Hall Notes.
That's gonna, welcome to the new Hack Right Studios phone number. Go ahead and give it a call for customer complaint problems. Pick 3 for Maneater.
Fan of American Idol.
Why don't you start, if you're going to do the American Idol thing, why don't you start with someone that didn't make top 10?
Yeah, some of the people who were rejected during the auditions, maybe.
Right.
Yeah, go there when they're doing the auditions and get the girls coming out there all crying and shit.
It's not a bad idea. Crazy as that sounds, it's not a bad idea.
No, you could bang that Ruben Studdard.
Oh, thank you.
Hold it. Diana Digarmos on the phone. Yes, Diana?
Oh, this ought to be good.
Howard, it's Diana.
Yeah, we knew that was coming. You knew
Now, do you want to go out with Eric?
Oh, Richard.
No, this isn't Richard. This is Diana Digarmos.
Who's Richard? This is Diana. My mom and I we're frightened, and we put a 2-foot tall fence up around our house, and we put
2-foot fall. 2-foot fall.
Is your Johnny? Is your? I can't even figure out what that noise is he's
great.
making.
The better joke is like we put a 3-inch ledge around our house. Eric can't get it. My chair.
We put tacks in our yard to keep him away to pop his wheelchair tires.
That's good.
I actually bought a BB gun. I'm
All right,
frightened.
thank you, Diana. That was Diana Digarmo.
Yeah, right.
World
Richard,
exclusive.
To the tip. You suck at impressions.
Well, Eric, I am glad to hear from you, and I'll make you this promise. I will have Gary call the Playboy lady and see if she will take calls from you. I don't know that she will. I can't.
Now look at that. That's a fucking. I got this guy. What a guy.
I can't force her to take them, but if she wants to, she can.
You know, Robin, I feel like Frank Sinatra here, bringing back.
That's right. You're bringing
Johnny,
people together.
You're fabulous. Eric, I have no ill will toward you, and I don't think anyone in the audience does.
I think the guy loves you, Eric. I really do.
Well, he doesn't feel the love, but, you know, I'm glad that I still say I was right. You did call back in on the show.
No, he didn't call. I called.
Yeah, but he's technically on the show.
Technicality.
I'll ask Steve Langford. He's the judge. Isn't Eric back on the air with us?
You got him.
These are the kind of technicalities that get you out of 5 to 10 year bits. You know what I'm saying, Howard?
Right. I knew he'd be back. He loves it.
Now, this should be the biggest news. Tell Steve Langford this should be the biggest news of all day tomorrow.
That's right. Well, listen, we called Eric yesterday, and Eric hung up on us, so I don't know.
Because he wants to hear positive things about him. You don't want to hear the negative.
Eric, are you going to stop calling?
It looks like my duck is hungry for your cracker. Anyway.
Calling Diana Digarmo's mom.
Yes.
It's an odd
I'll
thing to
leave
say.
it up to my friend Susan. If, she
You heard me.
gets a hold of, Brenda and works things out, then, that's the way I'll do it.
But more importantly than that, Eric, if you just keep friends with the Stern Show and all of that, you don't know that the girl.
Hello?
Yeah, what just happened?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
I
had
lost
to mute it
audio.
'cause I was. No, it was just me talking. Luigi, do you see the picture? They made
Yeah,
the
I don't know
puppet
what
on
that
the
is.
bottom. Oh, it's from a movie with Randy Quaid, but instead of making Randy Quaid Eric, it made the puppet Eric. That's always fun. That's fun when it does that. It's
seems
like, no, this
reasonable.
person- Yeah.
Could be insane or something. She may call you.
Right.
Because you do have fame where you're at right here. This is where your fame's at. This is the only place it's at.
All right.
You only got one stop.
All right, Eric, good to speak with you.
It's like Johnny's halftime speech to like a team down by 10. It's the only place you can be famous. Get out there, kids, and be famous.
I wonder how many people you gave that same speech to.
Yeah. Now we need to sell some motorcycles, guys. We have a lot of motorcycles. We don't have a lot of money. Let's do it.
You. And I hope
Take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself and no hard feelings.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
You won't be hearing back from me.
That's okay.
Oh, no.
That's all right. But I think we will.
What did we just do this whole time? I thought we repaired.
Bye for now.
We wish you well.
She wished him well. She DeVitoed him.
All right, Johnny. Thank you. There you go. Steve? I don't know. The little guy got rubbed the wrong way.
You know, people don't like it when stories aren't going their way, but it's still news.
How did you find out he was calling Diana Digarmo?
We got a tip.
Ah.
Somebody was getting
From
harassed.
Diana Digarmo.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Someone
Probably
called
Johnny Fratto.
someone named Sheila Digarmo. I don't know who that is, but we got it. Mommy Digarmo.
Wow. All right. Thank you. Steve Langford, who is a reporter, and he's right. Not everyone always likes what's in the news.
Well, he looked at me when he said that. Sometimes when they don't like the story, they don't like me.
I hope you learned something from that, Robin.
I didn't learn a thing.
Right. The news would really be if Eric the Midget wasn't calling Diana Digarmo.
Really?
I do like little Eric.
Oh, but can you imagine getting 2 calls a day
Oh, I would kill myself.
at your home
Right.
with a guy who keeps saying, when can I meet with you and your daughter?
Question for the crew here. We all love Eric. We really, truly do. We have spent more time on Eric. I have spent more time on Eric probably than any project in my entire life. We love him. How long until we would be annoyed by the 2 calls a day? Luigi.
A week.
Casey, I think you would take his calls till the end of time.
I think so. I think I could probably do it for
Pretty
a
sure.
lifetime.
Yeah.
But twice a day. Like that, once you, like, here's the annoying thing. Like, the engineer problem-solving thing, I'd be like, all right, we had a 2-hour-long call. I solved all his problems for him. He probably won't even call that second time today. Then he calls like 7 hours later, and it's like a whole new mess of problems that are just nonsense. Yeah, Luigi. I'm like, oh, my God. The twice a day thing is the thing.
What was always funny was to hear that he didn't mind calling someone to not talk. You know, like he would call, was it like Tabitha Stevens or someone, and just be like, hi.
No, it was
silence.
The Dixie Chicks lady.
And yes, them too, yeah.
Yeah, he called that. We have yet to have that budding relationship, but it comes with DJ Electra, where he makes friends with Natalie Maines of the Chicks, formerly the Dixie Chicks, and she admits when she visits one time that because I don't think Eric's in the call, so we won't hear it here, but she admits that like Eric sometimes just calls me and we just sit there for like hours talking, and that's amazing, right? Like just Eric weasels his way into these people's life in very much a Ralph sort of way.
But but there was no, there was just no substance to it. Like, it was really like,
well, she was a super
did you go to the grocery store?
Yeah.
What kind of cheese do you like?
Electra, I could see you talking to Eric on the phone a lot,
I would
too.
definitely talk to Eric on the phone.
Yeah, because he's a character.
I like Eric. Yeah.
And he seems kind of gullible, which would be kind of fun to play with, you know?
And she's like this nice old lady probably going, you know.
And you get to go to the lake house every once in a while, which would be nice.
Well, you know, you'll have to call again, you know.
It almost sounds like a fix-up. Remember back in the old days, I would like to meet with you and your daughter? It's sort of like a courtship thing.
Yeah. All right, anyway, there's a little check-in from Eric the Midget. As I said,
Yes.
he would call it again, and he did.
Rare that he paused like
And
that.
he'll be
ever.
back again.
Right.
He has a million things on his desk, if you could see it. But, people, that is called, what is that, 163?
163.
163! Call 163, yes!
In the books.
In the books. This book is getting full with fucking calls, people. We're doing it. All right. We got Johnny and ETM tag teaming. Really, it's always a tag team against Eric. But whatever. ETM trying to set up a meeting with Diana Digarmo. ETM doxxed Diana Digarmo living in Atlanta. Don't do that, Eric. Eric says he's not on the show. On the show. That is maybe the most fascinating thing he ever did. I'm not on the show. Wait, is this thing on? You're on the show.
Also, not going to be the last time he does that. Just funny.
No, that's
throwing that out there.
Maybe he lives in like a fifth dimensional world where he is and isn't in the show. It's like a Schrodinger's cat. You know, it lives in a universal state where we can't see it, so we don't know if it's dead or living. Oh my God, Eric! He just blew my mind. He's a writer now too. He said. He also wants to get on the Playboy channel with the ladies with the tattoos. He also has romantic feelings towards Diana Digarmo, which you can tell by his 2 calls per day. Morning and night calls, checking in. Your pussy still good? Okay, cool. I'll call you tonight. Pussy still good? All right, I'll call you in the morning. That's basically what it is. It's a pussy check. So people, we have now gone an hour, and we could wrap it up now. Okay, but we have a really long call to get to. So do we want to hear this really long call, or what do we want to do, people?
I want to actually
we got some from both sides.
I want to reenact what might have been some of Eric's voicemails. So, performing Luigi Greenberg, the first voicemail to Diana Digarmo.
Hi, Diana.
Hold on, let me do the beep.
Okay.
Beep.
Hi, Diana. It's me, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Remember? Call me back. Thank you.
Remember, I ran over your toe in Albuquerque?
I mean, how would
That
you know
is
it?
what I think those calls were. I think they were just nonsense and like big long gaps and spaces, awkward, no substance whatsoever.
Which, if you didn't know Eric, you sound like a serial killer.
Exactly, but also they weren't threatening. Is my point. I'm saying you may be threatening indirectly, but they weren't. They weren't like. They shouldn't have made you feel uncomfortable in the sense that he was, going to stalk you or hurt you.
Yeah, no, it's Uncanny Valley.
But like, you never know. That's the thing. They can sound real nice, but then they're going to kill you 30 seconds later.
But this is the opposite. This is a tone, but this is a tone that sounds menacing, but the conversation is mundane.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go. Yes,
this is
that's a great way to say it.
I will take you garage sale shopping, and we will buy a tea set.
Which is a good music style. So when you get music styles that mix up like that, it's good. But this is an interesting conversational style that I had not yet seen.
Hi, Diana. I went to the store today. Just wanted to let you know. Call me back.
When I was in high school, I had a foot fetish guy that would call me like twice a day.
Wait, how do you know he was a foot fetish guy?
Because that's what he would talk to me about, feet.
Every story from DJ Electra starts with another story. So this gypsy from Mars gave me a hand grenade. What?
On Friday, DJ Electra said that she, at one time, a priest with a boner.
True story. He just wasn't a real priest. He was dressed as a priest.
She saw a priest with a boner, but he wasn't a real priest.
It's like a Saturday Night Live skit where she gives you the interesting thing and then the less interesting thing.
My life is weird.
I was in a tornado and my period hasn't stopped all month. It's crazy.
Oh, I would never talk about that. Come on.
You were in a tornado. I know your period's important, but what? That's a weird one. I'm sorry. Imagine a period in a tornado. That is messy. All right,
that would not be cool.
All right, we're going to do the call. Here we go. Call 164.
By the way, on our
anytime you guys need to check out and be little tiny whiny bitches, feel free.
phone right now, Lenny, and everyone else.
Oh,
Eric,
damn it. Fuck. I was muted. I was doing a whole call. I was muted.
It was hilarious. Great bit. No. We don't need.
Do you like crunchy or creamy peanut butter? Call me back.
Okay, yeah.
What ply?
It's just 2 words. What ply? Hit me back.
Midget is back on.
No.
Oh, shit. See, I told you he'd be back.
Yeah, you're telling me he's on the phone again today?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I'm one of the guys that loves having him on the show. I missed him. What exactly did he stop calling for? I don't know. What was the phone?
Oh, he's not on the phone right now. Okay, but he told one of the guys he's calling in again today.
Well, why did he stop calling? Well, I forget what
he got upset with Howard's comments on the wrestler Chris Benoit.
Yeah, he was upset
because Eric supported a child murder, so he had to leave the show for a while.
That I commented that Chris Benoit was what, a maniac?
Yeah.
Something.
That was disrespectful.
I think you were right.
I probably was.
Yeah. Hey, Howard, do you still have a...
What is it, Gary?
Eric's on line 19 if you're looking for him.
Oh, see, I told you he was on the line.
Oh, great to have him back.
All right, here we go.
Eric's back.
See, you're back a second day in a row. I told you couldn't stay away.
No, I was going to stick to staying away. If
But what?
The only thing that brought me back was that asswipe reporter of yours.
But, Eric, you
Which
came back.
asswipe reporter, first of all?
Steve Langford he's talking about. By the way, Eric, listen, I'm not putting you down. I'm just telling you, you're back on the show, and I told you you would be, and you said you wouldn't, so I'm right. Will you at least admit that?
Look at the email.
What about the email?
Of you.
He sent me a let's see, how many pages is this? 2 full pages of single-spaced email that
I'd
like
love
the
to
guys
see
hand
that.
me when I come in.
Uh-huh.
And I started reading. I go, guys, I don't know what Eric's talking about. I don't even know. I don't understand.
You can't even decide to be into it.
Yeah, can you briefly sum up your email? I mean, Eric, no offense, I don't have time to read through your whole life story.
Or it just says that yesterday, or after yesterday, I don't have any problem with you anymore.
Oh.
You were pleasant with me yesterday.
I'm pleasant with you all the time.
Now my problem is with Lankford. He had no right to report
Now my
when he wrote the report.
He defends his story, though. He says that, listen, Eric, listen to me. I got to explain this to you one last time. When you call into a radio show, and then you complain that the host isn't pleasant or this or that or the other thing, you're calling into a show that is not all that pleasant. I mean, you know that. You've heard us with other people. You've heard the show. You've heard the tone of the show.
Are we pleasant with anybody?
I don't know that we're pleasant with that many people.
Not an adjective. If you had a list of 1,000 adjectives for the Howard Stern show, pleasant might be near the bottom. I don't see pleasant at the top.
Some others.
Well, ask Jeff the drunk and
you're talking about
a few
guests.
other people.
You're talking about people we've invited in here, but the phone callers are, listen, we all mix it up. And the phone callers give it to me, and I give it to them. I heard Bubba's show yesterday for about 10 minutes.
Uh-huh.
I got
Bubba the Love Sponge, DJ Electra.
to say, Bubba was doing A+ radio yesterday. There was a listener yelling at him. I got to get a
I'm
tape.
sure he'll be on Skeptical Robot soon. Still can't get a tarot card reader on this channel.
By the way, hey, we got a super chat.
He's calling Bubba.
Oh, I did not. I turned off the noise for it because it bothers
Super
Blind
tip.
Mike. So, oh hey, a pair character stretching his his arm. Thank God. Forward, raising his thumb up. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the
Thank you,
$2.99.
Delta Zero. And we have something for you.
True hero. That last horn thing really gets me. Like that.
Now we need a priest. We need a priest with a boner as one of the characters.
Okay. I'll work on that.
Where do you think we're doing this show? God damn. This isn't some Eastern European club at the basement. We can just play anything we want, Luigi. There's some standards here. Although,
well, maybe it should be.
Fuck it. That's how we'll go out. We'll go out in a blaze of glory. That's how we're doing it.
Bubba, piece of shit. And now he's lost all respect for Bubba,
Uh-huh.
who is so great. I mean,
Why did he lose respect for Bubba? When did he have respect for Bubba?
Bubba was commenting on a friend named Lasker, and Bubba, it was a whole saga. Whatever goes on that show.
Hey, Howard.
Yeah.
That was Howard from Ohio, right?
Yes.
I don't listen to Bubba much. Man, that was the most captivating radio I've heard in a very long time.
Howard from Ohio. Wow. Can you get a clip of that?
Absolutely. When he hung up that phone and there was that dead silence,
it was great.
I had to gasp for air.
Right.
I'm not
So-
kidding.
Wow.
It's great.
What the fuck was he saying?
And it pains me to talk well about Bubba, so that's how good it was.
You don't like Bubba?
No, I do. I like him a lot.
I got to tell you, Eric, so my point is, I don't want to get off track too much.
Oh my
Find
God,
a
that's
clip of that.
classic Sal. It's classic Sal talking out of both sides of his mouth.
No, I love him. I hate the bastard. What?
But I love him. But I love him.
Yeah. No, he's the best guy ever. I'd run him over with my car. Huh?
I don't want to get off track, but Eric, this is the nature of the show. You can't put yourself out there. This is what I'm telling you. And maybe it is best that you go away and I don't know, go back into obscurity. But But if you can't mix it up and you can't have fun with this, you shouldn't call in.
And you should stop listening, stop taking phone calls, stop doing everything.
It'll all die down. But that's your decision. I think, you want to know what I think, Erica? I'm not a psychiatrist. I think you kind of like the attention. Even the negative stuff. It gets your blood going. It makes you feel alive.
No, I don't, because I'll tell you this. After getting off air with you, I could not go to sleep till after 12 o'clock your time because I was so pissed at myself for actually breaking the vow of not calling. And I woke up again like I used to wake up.
I can't understand what he's saying.
He's mad at himself for breaking the vow of not calling. He couldn't sleep, so he was up past midnight. I think that's what he said. I'm pretty sure.
No, wait. No, I think what he said was...
Here's what I think's happening, Luigi. When he gets frustrated and wants to get stuff out, the filters close up a little bit, but the words get pushed out more. So it's like StreamYard when it starts to glitch. You get like one every 5 words, like
You said filters. I think you mean sphincters, because it really feels like his throat is closing up.
Yeah, you just got to relax, Eric.
The way the day went.
Well, then you're not capable of, in other words, you're not tough enough to be a regular caller, and that's fine to admit. You don't have the will. You don't have the strength to...
6 years into calling, by the way.
Be a super...
Call 164.
Great point.
Call 164. Eric, I just don't think you have it to be a regular caller. What 164? Yeah, that's where the limit is. 165, that's when you become a regular caller.
That is a great point. Hey, real quick, Dylan, are you being serious? Is this for real? Well, hold on. Bubba is driving for DoorDash?
Oh. So many jokes. So many jokes you can make about that. But
that
all
is...
all about, am I going to get all my food, though? Are all my fries... are all my fries going to show up? That's my...
If that's real, man, oof, that is sad.
Well, he was the king of, alternative radio there for a while, and radio took a giant shit. So it doesn't surprise me that everyone in radio is not, selling waste baskets on QVC. You know what I'm saying?
Star on this show.
When I was gone.
The only thing that's left in radio is politics, and it just sucks.
It's terrible.
I got offered an opportunity to get a job in radio as a producer, and I go, as long as it's not politics, and they're like, oh, it's politics. And I'm like, motherfucker.
Oh, no.
Like, no, pass.
Oh, man. Nah. Dylan just said Bubba's on AM radio and he door dashes. Those are his two of and Adam DeLeon said yes, he admitted it. Oh,
but he's also on YouTube, I think, and he has
that just hurts me. Like, it just makes me feel bad. It makes me feel terrible. Oof. I hate to hear that.
Dude was a millionaire. I think he probably still owns property that would make him a millionaire. So on paper, he might not have anything, but I bet he's still got a nice little bit. He's in Florida. Houses are protected. You know what I'm saying? So the Hulk Hogan thing really sort of fucked.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. I forgot about that. He stabbed his friend in the back and fucked him over.
Yeah. Well, what happened was his friend stabbed him in the back, which in turn led him to looking like he stabbed his friend in the back.
That's true.
So I didn't have that problem.
Good. Well, you should stay away.
But then you should stay away.
You know the answer to your problem.
Well, you might not trust him with his food, but that is a guarantee booking for Skeptical Robot. I'm just saying, if you're delivering Slurpees, you can hang out with Corn Dip. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Today we're gonna shock the puss.
Yeah. We're gonna shock the puss. All right, Corn dance. All right, let's do this thing.
Oh my God. We're gonna keep a chair warm for you, Bubba.
Might need 2.
But also, you got to realize that if you start calling Diana Digarmo and someone squeals on you, and you're calling 2 times a day,
that's going to be news.
That's news. I mean, you're borderline harassing the poor family.
The mom said that she's trying to call back. She said it was okay.
But Eric.
But you heard what the mom said to Langford.
They're not calling you back.
Yeah, that's.
I was even confiding in another friend. Just this other friend, should I keep calling or not? And she said, well, the mom said that keep trying to call. I guess it's...
Let's take one guess who that friend is. Cajoling Eric and Hey, no, Eric, see how we did this in the mob is you just keep calling. My friend said to keep calling. Oh, poor Eric.
It's okay.
And also, isn't that, we've made this connection so many times. Isn't that 100% stuttering John? I said it to my friend, and my friend said I should do it.
Yeah.
I am not held responsible for the actions that I now do.
Don't blame me. I asked my friend if I should do it. He said, yeah. Blame him.
I have a piece of paper with a signature that says this is not my fault now.
Oh,
by the
my
way,
God.
he comes back tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah, that's bullshit. By the way, I have never made this real connection. Johnny Fratto is Eric's VTL. Huh. Never thought about that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's funny.
100%. 100%. A troll that eventually moves in with you, that lives with you at some point.
Who was the guy in The Wire who wasn't a drug dealer, but he was a crazy criminal that robbed the drug dealers? What was his name?
Crazy
Omar.
Jimmy.
Omar from The Wire. Yes, that's what Johnny Fratto and VTL are. They're not necessarily Wack Packers. They love to fuck with the Wack Packers and control the Wack Packers and rob them.
Yeah, rob them of life and light. Really, is the most important thing.
But
Well,
you wouldn't want all those calls, Eric.
See, Eric, you're the first guy. I tried to
he
explain this
would.
to Eric, yes.
He would love those calls. He would love for someone to call him on a regular basis.
We need to talk about the frequency of your calls.
No,
They should have said, what if High Pitch called you every day, twice a day?
Oh my God! She's
Oh
so
my
right.
God!
She's so
what
right.
a great point! Oh my God, that's fantastic.
Episode
Yes.
44. I would say an hour 21 in, Electra makes her first sentient Howard Stern fan point. It really is, if you think about it. I mean, you've made points that are general, but that's a Howard Stern fan point. People should.
Wow, that is a fantastic point.
She did it. I forgot it. Say it again. I was too excited that you did it.
Eric, what if High Pitch called you twice a day? How would you feel about it?
He would not like that, and that is an amazing point. Yes. or the gay guy. What's the gay produce guy? That he
The
hated?
gay produce? What?
Gay, how?
Gay Ramon. Gay Ramon.
Gay Ramon. Yeah, he sold produce. That's how I know. But Gay Ramon calling Eric twice a day. Eric, you're not going to get a little tired of that.
Who's High Pitch?
Yeah.
This is not Kelly Clarkson.
Do you know who this is?
Yeah. No, he.
Eddie Lang!
That's a great point, Electra. You just blew a hole right in that, a logic hole right in that argument.
Yesterday, if someone was calling Eric the actor, okay, Eric the actor's mom and dad at home 2 times a day.
I didn't even think about High Pitch Eric calling the mom and dad. Oh my God.
That's funny.
For 10 phone calls.
He'd be calling here screaming, "Stop your fan."
Yeah, I'm filing a lawsuit against the fan.
I've got an internet lawyer.
I mean, you would be beside yourself. And yet you can't see that you call. And maybe your mom would even say, "Oh, Eric's not here. You know, she doesn't want to piss anyone off. She doesn't know who's on the other end of the phone. She doesn't know if you're crazy, if you're going to go over there with a gun. She doesn't know." So Mrs. Digarmo is like playing this out as nicely as she can.
And even your friend apparently doesn't sound like somebody who can tell you the truth.
Right.
Because they keep saying, well, just go for it. Because they know you're ruining your welcome if you had one there.
And meanwhile, all your so-called friends are squealing on you anyway.
They're trying to stop you by telling us.
Squealing on
People call me to get you in line.
You can just hear that phone going deeper and deeper into his chest.
And believe it or not, then it gets back to Howard Stern, one of the Howard Stern show members, because people think of you like that, is busy calling and harassing Diana Digarmo's
It
mother.
seems like the show is doing.
Right.
See, the other thing that pissed me off about that was the fact that
You're
just that
totally
day
right.
I told my mom, because it was none of her business, because I'm 32, I had told...
That's a real important point right here. We got to write it back out. 3042, 3042. He talks about it. He doesn't talk about his parents a lot. This one time he talks about his
The
parents.
other thing that pissed me off about that was the fact that just that day I had told my mom because it was none of her business because I'm 32. I had told her that my friend Susan was the one doing all the arrangements between, myself and Diana's mom. And then Langford goes and makes me look like a liar for saying that. And then also makes Susan and I look like a liar because we're, trying to convince Brenda that
Eric, listen to me. Listen to me.
He really trailed off. That was a lot of no breathing. He's. I gotta hear that ending one more time.
Makes Susan and I look like a liar because we're, trying to convince Brenda that
Eric, listen to me. Listen to me. This is all nonsense. Eric.
This is a lot of work for
Eric.
He falls down. He gets back up again. Brenda's. Mom.
This is a lot of nonsense work. What you need to do, I'm going to tell you, this is going to be the best advice you ever got. You need to get a few friends who are normal, they're not on American Idol. You got to give all that up. Johnny Fratto tried to tell you even. He said you got to, when he says it's out of your league, he means, why are you chasing after people on American Idol? Don't chase after people. Have dignity. You're humiliating yourself. You're calling one's house, first of all, Diana Digarmo, she's not even, I don't even think anybody remembers her but you.
But that's why Eric thinks she should be his friend. She's not a winner.
Right. I mean, and
yeah, neither are you, Robin.
I meant of American Idol. I wasn't talking about her as a person.
Believe me, we know we're not winners either.
No need to attack. I'm trying to explain to you why you're not getting callbacks.
And who is this Susan that you know who's trying to arrange all this? How did you meet Susan?
I'm sorry, did I say Susan? I meant Johnny.
Her and her brother are fans of your show.
Oh.
Okay, her and her brother are fans of your show.
Oh, so in other words...
Another connection.
Again, another good thing that comes from this show. Look, you're addicted to this show. You're addicted to the fame of this show. And you should embrace it and stop fighting it. Or never call in again. But you've got to be able to handle the bad stuff with the good stuff.
What is that?
And stop complaining and whining.
She knows the family because she used to work with Diana's aunt.
That is classic Eric right there. Howard goes big picture. Eric, you can't live this way. You got to change your mind. You got to change everything. He goes, but she called when I called, and then we talked to Diana. And God damn it, right back into the tree.
Susan used to watch American Idol, so, she's my friend.
I thought we were together on that, Eric. I thought you were nodding. It looked like you knew what I was saying. And then you said, Susan. It has nothing to do with what I was talking about, Eric.
You don't understand. Diana Digarmo doesn't know you. She doesn't care. You're hounding her.
I met her once.
I know you met her. She was being nice to you.
I met her once.
She was being nice. She was being friendly. She was being kind.
Eric, do you really think she remembers?
TV.
Technically, didn't the guy who, met John Lennon, if you get my drift, he met him once too that day. It's like, yes, all it takes is once, Eric. That's why they're worried.
Her interaction with you?
Well, okay, here's a little thing.
Here's the thing.
Oh, Christ. I mean, you're boring as hell today, man.
Now I know why she hangs up on him.
Back a couple years ago, I met Tara Lipinski twice, and just...
Whatever. Come on.
I met her the second time. The thing I asked her was, do you remember meeting me the last time? And she said yes.
Wow. Eric, you're in love with Diana Digarmo. Well, whatever you think love is. All right? You admitted that yesterday. You're in love with her. This is crazy.
I'm so with
you
Artie.
You don't know Diana Digarmo.
So with Artie.
You saw her on a TV show. She was nice to you when you met her. She's nice to people. She's a nice kid. She's a kid. She's like, I don't know how old she is. She's a kid.
Maybe 18 or 19.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And what are you? 20. And what are you, 30? What are you?
20.
32.
32.
Hey, we got that right,
You should know
guys.
better.
We got that
Hey,
right.
we did. We do our research here at Hack Right Studios.
I got lucky.
2 years from now, when she's working at like a TGI Fridays or something, then you could probably get her.
You can visit her anytime you want.
Yeah.
Just go there and eat a meal.
This is crazy behavior, Eric. You got to start looking into this.
Dance magic dance.
Oh, look. Is that
one
Eric,
last thing.
the Goblin King?
It is.
Oh, that is, yeah.
Jump magic jump.
Before you hang up on me.
Okay.
At the end of the email, it
I love
says
that album.
why I was mad at you. It's not to do with your comments about
You remind me of the midget. What midget? The midget in the power chair. What power chair? Do that all
Benoit himself, but your comments towards his wife and kid. That's where I thought you
What
were
were the
out.
comments? Tell me the out of line comment. I don't think I was out of line at all.
Victims should never get picked on. That's just...
When did he pick
Why
on
never
Who
picked-
the fuck picked on the kids?
I thought he said kids or I thought he said victims should never.
But
be
yeah, but he said the wife and the kids, and then she
Oh,
said
okay.
victims. Yeah, who the fuck would ever say anything that they did something wrong?
Yeah,
he is
this
delusional at this point.
Yeah.
a weird hill
A little
to
bit.
not a weird hill to roll up, Eric.
I never picked on
He can't climb.
the mother and son. That's, again, you don't have the ability to interpret words properly. You're calling Diana Digarmos' house 10 times in a row, 2 times a day.
You made fun of the...
No, I didn't.
Nothing
a
sticks.
little bit. I remember that.
No.
Never.
No, I'm telling you, Eric, you're not to be trusted listening to this on your own. You need an interpreter.
Oh, I don't think so.
Well, I do. And I'm telling
That's
you, you
the
need...
same brain that tells you to call Diana Digarmos' house twice a day.
Yeah, if that's the same brain that interprets my show. Sometimes I think you're pretty normal, but then when you start doing wacky shit like calling somebody's house 10 times, as soon as someone doesn't call me back, I know, or maybe you call the second time with a follow-up and you say, hey, just in case you didn't get my message or something, or maybe I came on, But, I mean, just calling Diana Digarmo is crazy, but forget that. Once I make with a phone call or 2 phone calls, I get the hint.
Right.
You're not getting things. You're missing stuff. I know you got a tough life, and I know
Is that your cat, Electra? I'm hearing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
you're lonely.
Smooch.
This new latest sample of a call to Diana Digarmo.
Diana, here's a list of my favorite types of berries. Straw,
Not a berry.
blue,
Not
Yeah,
a berry.
that's a berry. No, that's a berry.
black,
Not a berry.
Not a berry.
raz.
Not a berry. Banana. That's a berry.
Shut up.
But this is behavior that ain't going to win you any people. Diana Digarmo's going to head for the hills when she sees you.
And then that's going to make everybody else think you're crazy.
Fred rerun? I should have said
I'm just
that.
helping you out here. You think...
Not a berry.
Fred
Gotta be
rerun
me.
berry.
No, not a berry.
Okay, fine, but I'm telling you, this is not healthy. I mean, anyone on this...
That's funny. Fern Dog goes, dingleberries. Try to bring it up. I'm not fast. If you could bring it up, what do you just can't get over there in time?
Sure, I'll be honest with you.
Any chance you would have at having normal friends goes out the window once, they start saying, Eric the Midget is harassing Diana Digarmo.
Right. And
I
I know
got
the
it.
mom said you could call, but, obviously she's not digging it. And the news department uncovered that. And they did you a favor. Thank God they uncovered this, or it'd still be going on. The woman would just change her phone number eventually.
You haven't called since this came to light, have you?
No.
Oh, good.
Good.
Have they called?
No.
No.
But
See,
that's
if
going to tell you something.
they wanted to hear from you, they'd have called you back.
No.
I've talked to Susan since that, but...
Yeah, well, Susan likes your call.
Who's
Susan's a fan of...
The middle man, the troll, the fan of the Stern Show that's quote unquote setting this up, calling nowhere. You know where they're calling? They're calling that line that we called earlier when they heard man-eater.
Okay.
Three, I think, man-eater.
The next sketch is Eric's calls to Susan.
Watch out, folks, she'll chew you up. Oh,
Where are we on the Digarmo project?
of our show.
that she's thrilled to be involved with Eric the Midget because you're involved with our show.
They're all Johnny.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you the way it is.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to help you.
Hey now.
Hey now. What's up, Russ?
I never thought I'd say this, but that little miserable, ingrateful prick is back, and it's fantastic.
Now we get about a half an hour of calls. People just calling and shitting on Eric. Welcome back.
I want him to keep calling her so they give him a little mini restraining order.
Hey, a mini restraining order.
Well, you know, if Eric, I'll make this suggestion too. If Eric was didn't have his physical impairments, they'd have a restraining order.
Yeah,
already.
they'd already be done.
They'd already have like a warrant out for his arrest for calling so much. I'm telling you.
I thought he liked the other one anyway. What was the other chick he really liked?
Well, he likes them all.
Oh, you know
Kelly
who?
and
No, he likes Catherine McPhee.
That's the one. Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
I
Eric.
like Kelly, too.
I ran into Catherine McPhee.
When?
Okay, I'll tell you a story. Beth was helping out with a charity that we're involved with, the Hamptons Wildlife Rescue. Let's go to Justin in Kunsan, Korea.
That's a very boring story. So how Howard met Catherine McPhee.
They
Pass.
said are almost old enough to be your dad, so.
Eric, how's it going?
Hello.
You wanna, I'm glad you're back with the show. You know, I'm a midget myself, and I kind of ran into Catherine McPhee too. And if you want, you could smell my finger.
This is silly.
That's silly.
Ma'am.
So he's having fun.
You sure you guys want phone lines? Phone lines sound fun, huh?
Let's go to Jerry in Hillside.
How you doing?
Hey, whoever that was, say hi to Benoit when you get down to hell.
Oh.
Eric, don't you listen to Howard. You keep calling that girl. You can't tell he's messing with you again, Eric. He's fucking with you. You call them. That girl likes you, and Howard just doesn't want to see you happy.
Hey, Jerry, how many times a day should Eric call?
At least 7, 8. Twice in the morning. Twice.
What is it? He hasn't called enough.
Yeah, he's not calling. That is a good point, Luigi. It's going the other way. I don't think he's calling enough. I think 2 times. It's really leaving quadrants of the day unchecked and unprotected. This family is not guarded.
There's an argument there that he's not making his point clear.
that and he's not shielding them completely and entirely.
That's what it is.
No, that's what it is. He hasn't called them. Howard just doesn't want to see you happy.
Jerry, you're saying, in other words, probably Diana Digarmo does love Eric, and
But
the mom.
she's looking for a greater show of affection.
Exactly.
Yeah, Eric, what goes through your head when they don't call back? Like, do you go, man, they're playing hard to get?
Hard to get. That's all it is. That's trying a little harder.
Eric, what about that? I mean, like, when you call, like, the 9th time to Mrs. Digarmo, like, what do you think's going on that you have to keep calling?
I don't know, just...
You see, Eric, he's messing with you. You call her up. That girl likes you.
But wait a minute, Eric, do you think she's too busy and that she couldn't get back?
This Jerry guy, if Johnny ever disappeared, Jerry could step right in because he is playing the Johnny role perfectly.
No joke.
Yeah, this is Jerry. Jerry continues to add great.
Back to you, and she's trying, or what do you think?
Eric, do you think Jerry might be right? In other words, maybe you should persevere and keep calling Mrs. Digarmo.
I don't know if he is right or if...
Oh, you know what, Eric? Write us some nice love letters, too. That'll help.
Oh, boy. He's really helping you out.
What about Jerry's advice, Eric, where maybe I am wrong? That maybe you should continue to call 2 times a day for the next 10 days.
Maybe send her some roses, some candy.
Sure.
What about, go to the house.
Do you think you should just go to the house and stand there until they open the door?
Yeah, but maybe with a radio, play some music.
Yeah, like, and say anything.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, what was that? Dr. McDreamy went over the guy, right?
Yeah.
The one over the
try
girl.
real hard. When you want a girl, Eric, when you're in love with a girl, you got to do everything you can to get her.
You know, Jerry, maybe you're onto something here.
Right.
Maybe I've been wrong.
What was that song John Cusack played on the And Say Anything?
Do you know it? Do you guys know it?
In your eyes.
Yep.
Yep, that's where you put that's where if you got a good girl, you put your batch. Heyo.
I
Electra.
can't hold this jukebox over my head very long.
And then they sent the father to jail?
Yeah.
That's a good movie. What about it, Eric? Am I wrong? Is Jerry right?
You got me thinking it's above his head, but it's like starting to squash half its face.
His hands can't wrap around the bottom of it.
It looks like a brick is squashing his head. It's just a radio playing. He dies, the cops come around. Death by radio. Yeah, he just embedded itself into his head. Didn't have the muscle. Didn't have the tricep strength for this sort of exercise here.
I don't know what.
Hold on, I just thought of something. Do you remember? You guys remember when I made that prank call to Daisy when she had her?
Oh yes.
Yes, I totally remember that.
What if I'm just sitting here thinking if she would have engaged me as much if I would have called as Eric, like.
Oh God, yeah.
I'm
I think that's all.
myself laugh.
Luigi, you're always asking for other stuff to do on the show. He isn't, but I'm going to pretend he does. Luigi, I need you to record yourself just calling random places as Eric, and we'll play and listen to them. That should be fun.
I might do it just for fun.
Yeah. Call religious groups, mainly, which would be fun. Why did you curse me? Why is your God?
I need prayer. I have a claw hand and I have a turkey body.
If you can find places that are in a hurry, because that's fun. When you talk like this, and they're like, "Oh, we gotta go." What you need to do is call a restaurant at like 5 minutes before closing and ask for the menu or something. You need to get
or call it lunchtime.
Yeah.
Do like a really slow order.
Yeah. Call a bookstore and be like, "Give me the list of your favorite books by staff and employees." That takes like an hour. Oh, people, Luigi's gonna do some work. I got some homework for Luigi. Finally. 40 episodes.
That call though of me calling Daisy would have. Oh my God, it would have been great if I was Eric. I'm sitting here just thinking about it.
Well, it sounds like you have some problems.
Is it safe to say that you're in a state of what was it like? I forget what nonsense.
Sounds like you're
words.
clearly on Social Security. Can I live in your house?
You're in a state where you don't really understand your spiritual life, and I just went, yeah, that's fair to say.
Does your Social Security pay for butts? I need butts. All right, here we go. Daisy, but she needs butts.
Oh.
Trust me, I'm right, Eric.
I am shocked that Eric can't make the determination as to who's right here.
Now, by the way, Jerry, you've had some experience. I understand you went to jail 3 times?
No, I haven't been to jail.
They haven't been able to catch him.
Right. Did they lock you up for some sort of thing?
No.
Eric, you're not entertaining Jerry's idea, are you? That maybe that you should call more?
No, I'm leaving it up to Susan to get in contact with Brandon.
Hey, Eric, I would not steer you wrong.
All right, thank you,
Eric,
Jerry.
you're not giving.
The trailing off is strong tonight in Eric.
Yeah, you're gonna
yours, Eric,
So
and
bad.
I
I'm
wouldn't
having real trouble understanding him tonight.
No one cares. He's turned into a real downer at the end.
Wouldn't tell you anything that'll hurt you.
But Eric, you're not giving up. You're going to implore Susan. You're going to keep nudging Susan until she does.
This is Susan. Well, Jerry, this is very strong advice. Let me make sure I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Eric should call Diana Digarmo how many times a day?
At least 8.
At least 8 times a day. And just show up at her door and play loud music?
Yeah, with a radio over his head.
But also write letters.
Right. Letters is very important.
Don't forget the letters.
Eric, have you written any letters?
You will win her heart over, Eric. I swear to God.
Eric, have you written
evidence? I mean, letters are important.
Any letters to Diana Digarmo?
No.
See?
No
Maybe
letters.
Jerry doesn't.
That's an upset.
You send a letter with maybe some roses. She'll be at your door.
Hold it. Yes, Gary.
This is important. I do need to break in. Howard 100 News has obtained a copy of the 5-page letter that Eric has been circulating to 50 to 100 lawyers. And if you want to see his letter writing abilities, I tried to highlight it, and then I ended up running a yellow pen through the whole thing, more or less.
All right. Well, whatever.
There shouldn't be anything wrong with that. A friend edited it for me.
I mean, at one point, in the second paragraph, he somehow brings up, I know that...
My friend Susan.
My friend Susan.
always Susan.
There are a lot of Jews in the
I know that Hollywood and the entertainment business is full of a lot of Jewish people and people of other races as
Julie
well.
was right.
People of other races as well.
I was saying that because you guys are trying to make me out to be racist, and I was.
Well, you called
Why do you care who's in show business?
You called Shuli a Jew.
That is a perfect troll. They trolled him so hard he put in his first line, I love Jewish people. Got him.
That was a mistake. I said that.
No.
I said that out of anger. I didn't mean
Well, you can
it.
see why the guy thinks you're anti-Semitic.
But Julie says you've made that mistake several times.
Yeah, so the Holocaust was a mistake, too, Eric.
Howard, I mean, the whole letter goes on and he talks about, how you've given him a lot of things, but if you go, I think, the third or fourth page, that's where he explains really the core of why you need to be...
Third or fourth page.
Yeah.
You know what? I've already spent a half hour on this Eric thing. I know.
Subsection D, paragraph
4.
4.
Maybe another time I'll read his letter.
And by the way, Shuli said yesterday on the wrap-up show that Eric text messaged him many times with the Jewish comment, not just once, calling him a balding Jew. And he said that you always felt
what a defense. Whatever.
Something wrong.
Blatting is what you spell.
Well, excuse me. I didn't know I was...
Hey, Eric, make a tape of how you feel about her and send her a tape.
This is a very bad time for this picture to come up in this conversation. Total happenstance where Eric's doing blackface in this. Oh, my God. Always seems to happen.
If you don't send it to her, send it to us.
Jerry's recommending you make multiple videotapes of yourself and keep sending them to Diana Digarmo. I disagree with this advice.
She's playing hard to get, Eric. Don't listen to him.
My personal life is at a 9. My professional life is at a 0.
All right, Jerry, thanks.
All right, thank you.
All right, there's Jerry.
I love the show.
There's another opinion, Eric.
Jerry with the great call.
You're the man. You got to make the decision.
Diana Digarmo is on the phone.
No.
Yes, Diana.
No, it's not.
Hi, Howard. It's Diana Digarmo.
Well, thank you for calling in, and let's get to the bottom of this. Are you in love with Eric at all?
Oh, my God. He frightens me. He reminds me of that killer Chucky doll. And me and my parents are so frightened. We just bought a guard dog yesterday. It's a Chihuahua. And we're moving to a second-floor apartment to get away from this little freak. This is Diana, Eric. Hi. Please leave us alone. You frighten us.
Diana, Eric is trying to say something.
If it was Diana, her parents are divorced, idiot.
Wow. What? I knew that.
So you know that. This is Diana Digarmo.
It's not Diana. It's Richard. He can't get rid of that.
Who's this Richard character? It's Diana, Eric. You don't recognize my voice?
Do you think you would like Eric better if he wrote you more?
Yeah. If he made me a videotape and sent it to me expressing his love, I would love that.
For some reason, Eric thinks you're Richard Christie who works on our show. Can you just swear that you're Diana Digarmo?
I swear that I am Diana Digarmo.
I believe you.
This Richard character.
All right. Then I believe you.
Trust me, Midget. It's me.
What is it, Eric?
That's why I can detect that Kansas accent. Okay, whatever.
I'm from the South.
No.
Eric.
She promises it's her. Eric.
I promise.
Kansas people sound different than Alabama and Georgia people.
Diana, if it's really you, why don't you bang your breasts against the phone to prove it?
Okay, here.
All right, and rub your vagina against the phone.
Okay. Hold on, I'm not sure about those sounds right there. DJ Electra, we have a control group right here in our own show. Can you rub your breasts up against the microphone, please?
No.
See if it sounds like that. That sounded hard. That sounded like they were firm. Okay, go ahead and do the bush next, please.
No. Not gonna do
How
it.
are we supposed to do this? How are we supposed to do this without the control group?
Mike
It's
is
for
on
science.
It's on an arm. It has an arm. I can't move it everywhere.
You can those tits. You just lean forward an inch. You're good. Stand up. Just rub it on there.
I love Artie's response. What's going on there?
See, it's Diana.
See, it's her.
On, Eric?
It's her, Eric.
It's not her.
Eric, what do you do when you think of me?
Nothing, because I know you're Richard.
Well,
it's Diana, Eric.
No, it's not.
Come on, let's get personal.
You guys want to have phone sex? All right, if you're Diana Digarmo, sing something for us. That'll prove it.
A moment like this.
Well, that's Kelly's song, Kelly Clarkson.
Well, Diana doesn't have any song.
Oh, you don't have any song? Can you sing a popular Beatles song?
Love me do.
It's her.
It's me, Eric.
No.
All right, let's go to Larry, because Eric
He wasn't 100% sure. He was like 99.
doesn't believe
You know, Eric said something a little while ago when you mentioned Catherine McPhee.
Yeah.
He said she dates guys old enough to be her father. Is that why you lost interest in her?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Digarmos.
Yeah. Pretty much, Robin. Yeah.
That's why you stopped calling her. Remember you got that phone number from me?
Her loss.
Catherine McPhee won't even talk to me because of that. Larry, you're on the air.
Hey, how you doing, fellas?
Hey.
Hey, Eric.
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy? I was wondering how many times you actually jerk off to her every day.
To Diana DeGarmo?
Every day. Yeah, Diana, absolutely.
Eric, have you ever jerked off to Diana DeGarmo?
At least 2. We know that.
I'm not answering that.
That's a
yes.
That's a yes.
Eric, the angry.
What do you imagine you and Diana are doing? Like she's like over your house and then she's getting naked and like sucking on you and everything?
I'm not answering that question.
I'm imagining that now. Thanks,
Nothing
Eric.
wrong with it. You're a full-blooded male.
Come on, Eric.
You're a red-blooded male American. There's nothing wrong with beating off. I do it.
In your fantasy, Eric, does Diana for 1 second realize that you're on the planet Earth?
Yeah, hey, Artie, I liked you in the movie Stand By Me as Lord Ass.
As what?
Lard ass and Stand By Me.
Oh, whoa. Thank you, Eric.
Eric, you soil your PJ pants to Diana DeGarmo?
Fair question.
And next to Elliot Offen, you have got to be the best caller to the show. You've made my day coming back.
There you go, Eric. You brought some joy.
Please call every day 2-3 times. I love it. I listen 14 hours. I could listen to it all day long.
We're the only people.
It really did make the workday go faster. The Howard
Yes.
Stern show.
Yes, it did.
That's an underrated quality that we don't talk about much anymore. Much in the same way cable added enjoyment to our life. Because it was just consolidated in one place for one low fee. We could watch everything. But like by the time Howard was done, sometimes it's lunchtime, day is already half over, you're good to go. You were entertained the whole first half of the day, and you better hope there's a good drive time person in your town because, oh my God, you have that drop off could be rough after Howard, and you don't have a good afternoon drive time. We had Tom Likas, he was okay. A little bit of a red pill guy before red pill. But
ooh, Tom Likas.
Yeah. Flash Friday on the Tom Likas show.
I'm gonna tell you what she should do for you.
Listen,
is she
bitch.
should shut her mouth.
Listen, bitch. You better make me a sandwich. I actually kind of liked a lot of his sandwich policies, but
Likas.
He taught. The greatest thing about Tom Likas is this guy talks like he is a king. He must look like an Adonis. The women he gets, and then the first time you see Tom Likas, you're like, wait a second, what is going on here? And that's when you realize what radio is. It's like, oh, this is where the entertaining people that are ugly go.
Didn't he look like Philip Seymour Hoffman with long hair?
He looks if he was put in a hydraulic press at like 40%. He kind of widened. Yes, thank you.
People who won't take a restraining order out if you're...
Yeah, Eric, I mean, we welcome your 2 or 3 calls a day.
Hey, Eric, do you think when we get to Georgia, you're gonna stop by her house and sit at the end of her driveway and wait for her to come home?
I don't know where she lives exactly. All I know is it's a town called Snellsville.
All I know is the town, and it's got it's got a stoplight perpendicular to it. It's got a big blue truck and some horses back there. There's a outdoor pool. He didn't even Google Earth to study this shit, and he knows all this.
That's all I know.
Well, how many Digarmos could there be?
That's too much.
There's not that many Dagos in Georgia.
Thank you.
This made me laugh. Tom Likas looked like Fat Elton John.
Yeah, I feel like we need to pull a picture of Tom Likas up now, just because not anyone's gonna Google that, and we don't want people to leave. So hold on, I got one. Hold on.
Oh,
and by the way, I fucking love Tom Likas as far as like he helped my band out and shit. So
really?
I've always had I always had a soft spot for Tom Likas.
I liked I conceptually liked him. I did not enjoy listening to his show. I liked what he tried to do. But
well, just imagine this is a guy who is talking like, this is how you handle the ladies on this planet.
Right.
And then, you can...
yeah, Philip Seymour Hoffman. That's what I was thinking. But fatter and more gross.
Yeah. I mean, that coat.
Tom Likas.
That's a Steve Harvey special if I've ever seen one right there. We're just not paying attention because his shirt's black. But the size of that fucking coat is amazing. Yeah, so. But Flash Friday.
I wear a baseball rain delay tarp for a coat.
There's Eric with the radio.
That's good.
Electra did that one. Very good, Electra.
Very
and
good.
Here's
Whoa!
Erica's Diana.
Oh my God! Oh Jesus! Oh, that is frightening. Ew.
That kind of looks like that guy that was in charge of Bud Light for a while. That's a lady.
That looks like it's out of one of the Sinister movies that lives on the other side of the other dimension. Ugh. Oh, that's scary.
Would not on that one.
Talk about racist. There was a racist comment.
Oh,
I agree, Eric.
Absolutely, Eric.
James is done.
Well, okay, pal. Look, I wish you luck with this whole Diana Digarmo thing. I think for the sake of the Digarmos...
How dare you, Delta Zero? No. One thing I remember Tom Likas being like, so what? Kobe had sex with a lady in Colorado. So what if she didn't really want it? So what? Her name is... And she lives... He doxed her just day after day. They gave her name and where she lived.
Oh, my God.
Kobe's
Really?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, horrible. It was awful. Just terrible.
So you really have to back off.
In L.A., though, we loved it because we're like, fuck that bitch. It was so tribal at that time. Not just the men, the ladies, too, were all like, she deserved it. She was high off how high they were, in Denver. They were actually saying that. She was, because of...
I remember.
I remember. There was some funny defenses going on. God bless Kobe Bryant.
I don't care what the Susan says. And
I'm not any harm to anyone.
We know that, but you are bothering them.
My dad's a retarded cop. I'm not going to go on the other side.
Your dad's a retarded cop.
Start being a bad guy.
No, but
Do they allow that? By the way, that would be a great... we need to do a reality show, Retarded Cop, where they just let one cop...
It's called CSI Miami.
They deputize Wendy. And she is now... she's hanging along the Miami skyline, checking drug. She's fighting the cartel. One diaper rash at a time.
What did you see? This guy killed the other guy who was at a club, and okay.
Super chat.
You have any drugs, cunt?
Thank you, Doopa-Doopa-Doo.
$5. Thank you.
The Howard Stern Show made the work days go by faster. Thank you for doing the same thing for us now. Love you guys. Love you, Doopa-Doopa-Doo.
If we do 1/1,000,000th of that, which is, I think, technically the percentage that we do, yes, then we're happy. That's all. Listen. Okay.
I got an idea. Hear me out. In the same vein as racist Bjork, we make a character called feminist Tom Likas.
Ooh, I like this.
Have you heard of this pink tax? It's outrageous.
Did you guys get your pregnant pillow so you can endure the pain of the lady birth with me on this Flash Friday? Let's have cramps together, man. Yes, I like that.
I think that could be funny.
Like a original Stephen Colbert, a la conservative, someone who really buys into it.
Why are there such a price difference? Because the panty liners with wings.
talk about the discrepancy in makeup prices for men and women. Oh, that's right. Men don't wear makeup.
Well, they do, actually.
Secret is a deodorant with the same basic ingredients as Right Guard. But Secret costs more because it's for a woman.
Man, it's a secret. It's Show Your Balls Saturday. Because women can do it too.
Today is Reassure My Feelings Thursday. Send me flowers to make me feel valued and appreciated.
Because he does this voice too. And then he goes up in here. He goes up in here.
Yeah.
And then you do this. And then you want to have. It's such an awesome radio voice. Such a great radio character, Tom Likas.
A woman who values her privacy, and she's trying to be nice to you, okay?
Well, like you said yesterday, I have some celebrity status from being a part of the show. All I was trying to do was trying to have a friendship with another celebrity.
Oh. All right. But you got to wait for her to respond. In other words, I've had friendships with these celebrities, but I wait for them to call me or back or something, you see?
I'm in the club now, Howard. Don't you understand?
All right. Yes, Chad, you have the last word.
He makes a good Guillermo, too, by the way.
He does. He really does. That's a great Guillermo.
For Eric.
I can't even tell.
That show, by the way, completely underrated. Completely underrated.
It really is.
It's like right under the it's Park and Rec's Office level. Not as good, but in that family to me.
Those first two seasons were unbelievably funny. Outrageously funny.
Yeah, great
show. Howard, I love your show. And but I think what we ought to do is have all your listeners sit there and write down a letter to Diana Digarmos saying he should go out with Eric.
Oh, no.
Would you like that, Eric? Would you like all the listeners to begin writing Diana Digarmo and say...
force her?
Electra, does that work? Can I get all my friends to write a letter that a lady should date me? Because I have been going about this all wrong.
Feminist Tom Likas, thank you for the $5.
Oh, no.
I don't just preach. I put my money where my mouth is. That is fantastic. I love it. Thank you.
Protecting abortion rights from nation to from coast to
There
coast.
are 78 different genders across the spectrum.
Today on the Tom Likas Show, we're going to focus on the IA+ of the LGBTQI+. They don't really get talked about much.
Her to have a date.
Force her to have a date with you.
Oh, I love
Thank
it.
you so much, feminist.
Thank you,
Tom
feminist
Likas.
Tom Likas.
Yes.
Thank you
Now,
so
now
much.
get in the back of the bus with Asian Bjork or whoever the fuck we got back there. It's going to be a weird trip.
There is racist Bjork and also
Racist Bjork,
Luigi Greenberg's fart mic and Bronson Pinchot.
Someone is running out of Google accounts very fast.
I love it. I love it so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
What do you think of that idea?
I don't know if that would work or not.
Would you like that?
It could work.
Oh.
So you like that?
Yikes.
Oh,
He'll
God.
do anything.
That could work?
Well, if any listeners out there want to write Diana Digarmo...
Don't do it.
No? All right.
No.
His answer to that is, that can work? Wait, so I can have all my friends write a letter? References for dating. It's amazing. Electra, references for dating. I think it can actually work if you think about it. Because it's just friend of a friend sort of stuff.
I think
but a
there
reference
should be
letter.
that. That would be nice.
Yeah.
I would like that.
Yeah.
Oh, don't do that. But I mean, it's nice if the nice thought of the fans, but that would be probably harassing her more.
Right.
Okay, you know what?
Now you're concerned.
You know what?
Now he admits it.
How about a national day of prayer? That can't hurt. All right, listen, Eric, I wish you luck. I hope you do continue to call on the show. People enjoy hearing from you, and I know I do, too. Do you want to speak to Wood Ye for a sec? Maybe he's got some thoughts. I think he's gone out with some famous girls. Wood Ye, are you there?
Get this fuckwad off the air.
I thought that moron couldn't be a part of the show because he worked for K-Rock.
Sounds like we have a comedian here.
Well, evidently he's a free spirit.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, you should talk.
Can I ask you a serious question?
Go ahead, dumbass.
When will I get tired of sucking cock?
It's valid.
Maybe when Langford does.
Guess what I can do?
Don't really care.
I can shove a bottle of Aunt Jemima syrup in my ass in 0.2 seconds.
Oh, amazing.
Good for you.
What are you, a
care to
fucking
know that.
comedian? Tiny dick piece of shit.
He's all over you, Harry. Come on.
Eric, come on.
Yourself.
What?
Go fuck yourself.
Eric, don't let this guy win. Eric.
He's an idiot.
Right.
No problem, homo.
No, that's you, isn't it?
Go fuck yourself, nerd.
Go find your boyfriend, Steve Langford. Leave me alone.
Right.
Please squirt your watermelon-y cum juice.
All right. We got to go. Wow. And Eric,
piece of shit.
Eric's in love with someone, and we're just trying to help him out.
That's right.
Cut that bitch off.
Yeah, is that your advice?
Quack, quack, quack. Yes.
All right. Even Wood Yee says cut her off, Eric. It's enough. She's not going for it.
Well,
quack, quack,
two other
quack,
people I have interest in, or I still have interest in Brandy.
Yippee.
I haven't heard from her in a month.
Brandy.
Brandy, the singer?
No, the one that you were trying to fix me up with before I stopped.
Oh, the porn star.
Oh, the porn star. Well, you put the kill on that.
And then the other one I like is Bridget, Hef's girlfriend, Bridget, her little sister.
Cunt face.
Bridget's little sister?
Yeah, she's 20. It's not, not illegal.
Yeah, well.
Right.
That's interesting.
Well, if you're interested in her, did you try calling her mother?
Why don't you call Hef?
Yeah, why don't you go to the Playboy Mansion and play a song?
I was hoping, I'll be trying to call into Bridget's show on Friday.
What was Wood Yee's real name? Do you remember? I don't. It was. I think it was.
I don't.
I think it was Steve.
It was Steve.
It was his first name was Steve. Yeah, but he was a engineer. Like there's some confusion in the chat over who Wood Yee was. I think he was an engineer for K-Rock and had this very low, mild-mannered voice that they just loved to get him to say really horrible things.
Here's Reddit. It says he was an old-school radio engineer that happened to work at K-Rock. He was in the same union as Scott, and he wouldn't quit. He looked really funny and sounded funny, and supposedly was a really nice guy. He didn't write any of those lines. They were all Jackie and Fred. I think he even worked with Howard's dad in the 60s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so Howard just kind of kept him around, because he probably reminded him of his dad. His name was Steve Freed.
Freed, that's it.
Yeah.
Yes, Steve Freed.
After another show used him after Howard left, but it doesn't say
That's
which
funny.
show. But yeah, Wood Yee, Electra was his
Please
name.
squirt your watermelon
But it was Wood Yee because he sounded like Woody Allen.
Uh-huh.
And so they're making a Woody Allen joke, and they called him Wood Yee. That's
Got it.
the joke. Yes.
Okay. Makes more sense.
Oh, that's why you want that hookup.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to get Gary to have her take your call.
Get this fuckwad off the air.
I'll let get you off.
You nincome fucking poop.
You Woody Allen.
Make a shit swirl.
You Woody Allen wannabe.
I love that Eric's arguing with. He's pulling the Ricada here. He's arguing with AI voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, take that, Wood Yee.
Stick your finger in my ass and make a shit swirl on my face.
Well, thank you.
All right, thank you, Wood Yee. That's enough of that kind of talk. Greg, go ahead.
I didn't think
Hey,
anyone...
good morning, Howard. How you doing today?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, I live in the Atlanta area, and I would love to act as a proxy for Eric the Midget. I'll even put a mask on and go stalk this poor woman for him.
Yeah, but we don't need that. I'm trying to teach Eric not to bother these people.
All right. Well, hey, you guys have a good day.
All right, take care.
It doesn't seem that it's working. He just switches his affections to another unobtainable girl.
Right.
Sanjaya.
Great point. Sanjaya.
Yeah, we don't want anybody stalking anybody.
Right.
That's not a good idea.
Eric, do you notice the pattern here?
You got to meet a regular girl.
No one in the world likes you.
That's not the pattern I was trying to point out.
Really? That's the pattern I see.
I like Eric.
Oh, really?
I like
I'm
Eric.
sorry. Okay,
Eric,
Lauren Howard
I like
likes
it,
you.
and Johnny Fratto likes you.
Right.
Who likes you, fat ass?
It's true, too.
Listen, I'm not saying I'm a fucking bowl of cherries either.
You're no bowl of cherries?
No.
You'll be just like Belushi, Candy. You'll be the next fat ass
False. Artie's outlived them all.
to die.
Wow. That's cold.
Well, might be onto something.
There's 18 websites that agree with you.
All right, Eric, listen, what do you think? Is this your last call, or are you going to be back again?
No, I'm not going to be a regular. This is my last call.
All right.
Okay, hold on. Doing the quick math here. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 5. Yeah, about 50 hours of tape left. Just last call. Yep, this is the last call. Everyone, closing time. Yeah, no, there's 50 more hours. 100 more shows.
Because I was going to try and hook you up with some of these girls, but all right. I was going to put you on the dating game, actually. I was going to suggest that, but I
Why
could
didn't
see.
you call in?
See? Luigi, to my point, always lured back. So I was going to do this for you, but you're leaving. All right. It's always, they always have something to pull out. Shiny little object.
No, I totally agree. I totally agree. But it's also, there's just this hint of logic. I don't know how to describe it. It's just, Howard has this way of just saying, think about it, Eric. And then Eric goes, meh. Yeah, okay, maybe you're right. even if he doesn't say it out loud.
He just sort of gives in sometimes. That's why, that's why when Eric's not a whack packer, he just sort of goes, yeah, I guess you're right. Which is amazing. All right, let's get back to this. Sorry, I'm doing like 9 things.
When we were looking for dates for Jackie's wife.
Yeah, but I'll respect the fact that you don't want to be part of the show, so I guess the dating game is off.
What were you actually going to do for that?
What was I going to do? You want to know just for, in theory?
Just for shits and giggles?
Just for shits and giggles, now that you're part of the show? I was going to have you get to pick from 3 different women from our audience and go on a date with them.
Johnny actually made a suggestion yesterday that you find a bunch, and this is his idea, not mine. You find a bunch of Diana Digarmo lookalikes.
Nah.
Hey, Eric, between you and me, Diana Digarmo's not even that hot.
You gotta be kidding.
Carrie Underwood is way hot.
You've got to be kidding.
But Carrie Underwood already has
your
a
eyes.
There's a
That's
picture.
her?
That's Eric and,
Where's
Diana,
Eric?
and
Yeah.
Diana Digarmo.
Is that the Joker? I don't know who's uglier than that.
Shut up, fat ass.
He looks like Matthew McConaughey in that picture.
Well, they look like a nice couple.
You two actually do look like you could go out with one another. I got to admit that.
You ever go to an American Idol concert, Johnny?
There are quite a few comments on that photo that say that we make a cute couple.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that.
You guys would have an ugly kid who can't sing.
Yeah, what kind of kid would you have, a lard ass?
Now, yeah, I agree with Howard. I think that other broad that you were stalking is way hotter. Yeah.
She likes older men.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but unfortunately, Artie, she changed her phone number.
She likes older men, and he doesn't have the number.
Right.
I take it Diana's still single.
We should make a movie, like Eric.
As far as I know.
What if we put I wrote up a quick movie script. You know I'm capable of that. And then I like a real legitimate script. We star Eric in it, and I make his co-star Diana Digarmo. Then
Right,
the two of them,
you're soliciting her for a script.
then the two of them would have to work together.
And you know how those on-set romances happen.
A remake of Barefoot in
But
the
that's
Park.
right. Eric doesn't want to be part of the show. Okay, I'm sorry. I my mind was going in a different direction.
Actually, Stern, remember I said that I'm trying to set up this meeting because I'm doing writing?
Yeah.
We're not far off. That's what my plans were.
Oh.
Well, hey, good luck doing it on your own. If you had had my backing, you would have been a whole...
You have a script.
I'm trying to write one. I'm also writing some other things, including I'm writing a kid's book.
A kid's book?
Oh, Luigi, the first mention of the pug.
Script, what else?
Dougie the
Well,
Puggy.
I'm not...
Dougie the
Building
Buggy.
a rocket in my garage.
He doesn't. I don't think he says it, but he does mention it's a book about pugs.
I'm the astronaut Midget.
A kid's book? Well, what's in the kid's book?
We could do a remake of Cape Fear, according to this guy on the phone, Curtis.
The kid's book, it's from a point of view of a pug.
A pug?
Which is one of my favorite breeds of dogs.
I see.
Really the Eric of dog breeds, if you think about it. Just a tiny football-shaped little dog that can't breathe. You know?
It's the pug book.
Because they're small and
What's it called? Do you have a working title?
Well, the pug, the story's going to be is the pug was going to help.
No, that was a hard sentence to get through. Eric, that's maybe the worst elevator pitch I've ever heard in my life. Hold on one second. Let's go back and listen to that.
Was he getting flustered there? What was that?
Pug.
A pug.
All right, now here's your chance in front of millions of people to sell your pug idea. Hit it, Eric.
Which is one of my favorite breeds of dogs.
I see.
All right.
It's the pug book.
Okay, now we're going to hear in detail what it's about.
Because they're small and
What's it called? Do you have a working title?
Well, the pug, the story is going to be is the pug was going to help.
Ding, we're at our floor. Sorry, Eric. Didn't make the pitch in time.
His master meet the girl of his dreams.
Oh, that's a great kid book.
Sounds perfect.
That is boring.
Already goes, that is boring.
Hey, Mark the Bagger's on the phone. He wants to...
Oh, Mark the Bagger of Electra.
Hey. All right.
Here's another Wack Packer. This one was weirdly like friends with the Bloodhound Gang. Coming in hot from Philly, Mark the Bagger.
Say hi to Eric.
Awesome.
Hey, Mark. Mark, you're on...
Face.
Mark wants to talk to you, Eric. Go ahead, Mark.
This is a fascinating topic.
Right.
What's up, fucknut? What's up, queer? What's up, fudge packer? Go fuck yourself, dickhead.
Go stuff yourself in one of your bags.
Open your ears, jackass. What happened? Did that gerbil crawl out of your ass and chew out your eardrums?
All right, Mark. That's not a nice call. Thank you.
One last thing.
Yeah.
They can take out and smack it on my TV screen.
Okay. Thank
They
you.
have a big black cocksucking Aunt Jemima bottle. What the hell am I supposed to do?
Electra, that man could be bagging your groceries right now.
I wish.
I just have one question.
Go ahead.
How do I get a Michelob bottle out of my ass?
Eric, how does he get a Michelob bottle out of his ass?
I need your advice.
I don't know. I never come across anything. That problem.
I just have one question.
Go ahead.
How do I get a monkey to stop biting me? Why, fuck it.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
Okay, Mark. Thank you.
I got one question. When you keep saying you have one question, when you have obviously more than one.
Okay, that is a stuttering John
Eric,
move right there.
Eric always trying to focus in on the logic of the bit.
You spelled dare wrong. It's D-H-E-R-E. I'm not answering this question about my mother's herpes.
One. Go fuck yourself, dickhead. I have a question for you.
God.
How far up my ass can I stick a wiffle ball bat?
Valid question.
We don't know.
How far? I don't know. That's not even a funny joke.
Michael Jackson question.
That's Michael Jackson. Well, we don't even know that.
Department,
No.
if it's
He was accused
anyone's,
of that.
yes.
Yeah, there was some child things there. We pull that out. See, we're like the tapes team. We edit. We make Howard look good.
You won't believe this, but I just farted and a black cock fell out of my ass.
We don't edit everything.
Okay.
You're fucking funny.
All right. So you're funny too, Mark. Thank you.
You're fucking funnier than Jackie Martin.
All right, Mark. Thank you.
Dick licker.
Right. Bye.
Whatever.
There he is, Mark the Bagger, calling in for Eric the Midget. Wow. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello?
Jim. Yes.
My favorite thing about Mark the Bagger is when he admitted doing a bunch of gay shit, then got in trouble by his parents because they listened to the Stern Show.
Oh, that's right.
He's like, I can't talk about the gay stuff anymore.
And if you saw Mark, like an image of Mark the Bagger, the thought of him doing gay stuff is just the funniest visual image.
It is. Yeah,
He's so weird.
He's an odd-looking dude, that guy. That guy's very odd.
Oh, no. I was calling to tell Eric, I love that fucking little guy.
See you.
You know what he reminds me of? A midget.
Yes.
The guy that sells the pillows. Like a midget kind of messed up version. Yeah,
Mike something. Mike Pillow.
Mike Cox. Mike Cox. Yeah, no, that guy that sells pillows. It was like, oh, the machine stole the vote. And that guy,
Yeah.
it looks like
that is funny. That's a good one.
Yeah. All right, I'll try.
Or like a little midget Paul Bearer, the guy who was with the Undertaker.
That's a combination of those two. If Paul Bearer and that guy I mentioned fucked, it would definitely look like Mark the Bagger. I'll find a picture.
Guy loves you. You got friends.
But I'm beginning to think with his thoughts, it's a good thing he's stuck in a chair.
Yeah. Slows him down.
He'd be dangerous.
Definitely. Eric, do you ever get bitter, like, because you're stuck in a chair and stuff? Like, don't you think you could get Diana Digarmo if you just had, like, your regular height and everything?
No, I don't. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you should.
All right, Eric, I got to go. I hope you'll call in again. In fact, I predict you will call in again.
No, I predict your contract will run out first.
No.
Well, good luck to you then.
So far, I was right.
Twice.
I've been right. 2 times in a row you called in. This time not even with Johnny Ferrato.
And that whole dollar date thing doesn't appeal to you, huh?
Doesn't matter. He doesn't want to be part of the show.
No, I'm just asking.
I was going to hook him up with a girl who was really into him.
Sure.
But it doesn't matter now. He's not part of the show.
All right.
All right, Eric. My advice, I disagree with Jerry, who called in earlier. My advice is you stop calling the Digarmos.
Yeah, I'm not going to go with that.
All right.
What I mean is I'm not going to go with his advice.
Right.
Oh, that's a good thing.
That's good. I like to hear that.
Good to know.
All right, Eric. Thank you. And bye for now.
Yeah, bye.
For now.
No.
I don't know, 2 days in a row, Eric.
You'll be back.
To tell you, I've lost all the numbers. Johnny had to give me this number to call you.
You always know where you can get it, though.
That's right. It's like heroin. You can put it anywhere you want, but you'll find it.
You'll find it.
You have someone in the family hiding. You'll rip that house apart.
That's right.
I predict Eric might even call back during this show, this actual show we do today.
It's like a Jones.
Yeah. All right, Eric, thank you, and I wish you luck with all of your fantasies and Diana Digarmo.
See, I'm not a junkie like Fat Ass next year.
All right.
We'll see.
You might be a people junkie.
You called back on a show you said you'd never call again.
Yeah, but also to tell you this, I'm getting rid of the majority of the people on my MySpace page because I know.
Yeah, he's getting rid of all of his MySpace building.
Oh, no, I just didn't understand what he was saying. I heard him say, MySpace.
Yeah, get rid of but you know what you can do to help him out? Get yourself a My Pillow. Get yourself a My Pillow, and then you can sleep well. You can fuck your pillow. You can put your dick in the pillow. It's like a cunt.
How do I get cum out of my cat's fur?
The election was stolen. He sells pillows.
No, the factor where
and bites.
Langford found out about the thing with me calling is because
holy Christ.
People on there.
Okay.
You saying that the people on MySpace found out that you were calling Diana Digarmo? Did you write that on there?
There were at least a couple of people that knew that I was trying to contact Diana, and I think I know who it is, but I'm not going to say it.
All right, Eric. Thank you.
Right.
He just bailed on it. Folks, that is call 164. That one is a long one. Oh, my God.
It's a good one.
Call 164 is...
in the books.
In the books. She's playing hard to get. Diana Digarmo, you minx. ETM is fully back. ETM directing all anger towards Langford because why not? He sounds big mad at his mom, which I thought that was very interesting when he attacked his mom. That's what I did for my mom, who should be staying out of my business. That was very funny.
It's none of her business.
Right. We had a little bit of an intervention of Eric. Howard ran into Catherine McPhee. ETM has written a 5-page letter to lawyers and sent that out, maybe even to Gloria already. ETM called Shuli bad names out of anger. Something called blatting was done. I didn't really get a quite a handle of what that was exactly, but Jerry's a great caller on this one. Kansas people sound different. Would ye and ETM go back and forth? ETM writing a kid's book about pugs. I wonder what that's going to be called. Back to Bagger. And no more calls, says ETM. That's the calls of the night.
Yeah, fuckface.
Thank you for watching. Did you just call me a fuckface, you bastard?
Let's call the audience fuckface.
Oh, well, that's okay. I am fine with that. But let me now, because we've been talking about it, I want to show just a second of who this man is. A little Tom Likas for everyone. Let's listen to what Tom has to say.
I don't understand. Now listen.
I have said you I am on the radio for a reason.
Darling. You are a Pillsbury
If
Doughboy.
I were a
You know
bathing
what I'm
beauty,
saying to
I
you?
would be on television making real money. Golly.
So, Connie, he basically is admitting that he has a face for radio.
Absolutely. I admitted it a long time ago. I'm a radio guy. There's a reason for that.
There's a reason for that.
Come on.
Come on.
In just a moment. Let's not even talk about the women in radio and what they look like. Holy hell.
Except Krista, she's beautiful.
His life. More on that in a moment.
I'm ugly. Let's laugh. Anyway, that was...
I will not value a woman based on her looks. That is not what feminist Tom Likas does.
Fucking that guy. We got to find some good Tom. Maybe this Wednesday we do an unboxing Tom Likas.
Yeah, I could do that. You know what's funny? I don't really have a lot of knowledge of Tom Likas. I was a passing listener, so it might be fun that I would be the whatever we call the role of the person who doesn't know what's going on. I forget. Anyway.
Oh shit! I forgot. Blow me up, Tom. So when you ended a phone call with Tom, you would go, Tom, blow me up, and he'd have all these different ways to blow you up, and it'd end up with an explosion, and then he'd hang up on you. Blow me up, Tom. My youth. We were simple, silly boys running around Los Angeles, and show us your titties, it's Friday, and blow me up, Tom. We hope you guys had a good one.
A woman is not the sum of her ass and titties. I am feminist Tom Likas.
You know, a woman can also work on the car, not just in the kitchen. I'm Tom Likas.
I got to work on my... I haven't heard his voice in 20 years, so I need to work on my impression.
It's got that in the middle of low and high.
Yeah, and he always had the
Tom
same
Likas.
delivery for his punchlines. It was always, I'm
Kobe
gonna
Bryant's
talk.
accuser is a slut.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk up here, and I'm going to sound condescending until I'm ready to end the call.
Isn't this a lady, a nice, lovely lady for me to shit on?
Yes, that was his. So yes, maybe we'll do that. Who knows? People, where can we find Luigi Greenberg? Where can we find you?
LuigiGreenberg.com. Hold on. LuigiGreenberg.com. I gotta work on my feminist Tom Likas. Yes, and tomorrow at Papa_Electrico, special episode of Skeptical Robot with guest Shuli Agar. We are going to be talking about Joshua Fabia. It is a insane story that has some funny parts and some sad parts and lots of Tom Likas. Just kidding, no Tom Likas. Yeah, it's going to be a really interesting one because this is a story that has fascinated me for about 3 years, and looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. And check out last Friday's episode where we watched Miami Connection with Dylan from Somewhere, Spurg Snake, and Trucker Andy, and producer Gummy Chainsaw.
And no copyright claims. Congratulations on that.
No copyright claims.
Big,
Awesome. Yeah.
Big,
we did get a copyright notice for the documentary we watched.
Of course.
Yeah.
You just took it one step too far. You had it in your hand. You had the pearl in your hand, and then you're like...
It's so funny. And I even, if you hear me, I even say it. Let's try to do this quick because we're going to get kicked off the air if we play this. But we have to play this. But they didn't kick us off, yeah.
No, they did not. And DJ Electrify, where can people find Yotata?
At djelectrify.com.
Such succinctness. And you can find my titties at hackridestudios.com. And also Electra's titties also reside here. They're so big she needs multiple residences for them.
Yes.
And then the next time you'll see us, maybe a Wednesday show, but definitely it's not you, Riley. Next week, Unboxing Bigfoot, episode 3. That's right.
Yay.
And look out for feminist Tom Likas and his own call-in show for feminist-based love advice.
And with his co-host, Feminist Bigfoot. I like the tampons it is. We need tampons in men's bathrooms it is.
And racist Bjork. Kidding, I'm kidding.
I like when the men run with the ladies in the track it is.
Bigfoot, tell me a little bit about what kind of woman you're looking for. One with a big cock.
Anyone that puts makeup on it is. That's really my only requirement.
Now, do you like to put your fingers into the puss or the asshole?
Whichever's lubricated it up, it is. If it's wet, I'll stick it in there.
You heard it here, folks. I'm feminist Tom like. Shit, I can't remember my own fucking name.
I'm Tom. No, I like that better. I'm Tom Likas, his feminine brother Tim. Tim Likas, feminine hero. That's even better because you can get around copyright stuff that way. Kind of like with
That's true.
like Billiam Shatner. You know, my Billiam and Boney. I love William Shatner. All right, and then make sure today, if you haven't yet, you go check out the Blind Mike Project. We did not produce, but Kragers did, and that means it's an amazing show, so go check that out. What have you become? Oh, no. And then go check out Catch 22. The ad's gone, but go check out Catch 22. It was an odd show today, but I think very good. But odd. Definitely odd. And then also, thank you, Howard Stern. We couldn't do this without you. Literally. So thank you so much. And I think that's all. Do you guys have anything else? Oh, I also want to say that we have the greatest mods on the planet.
Best mods. Thank you, mods. Delta Zero says, Tammy Likas.
Tammy Likas. Yes, no. No Tammy tonight. We are not doing Tammy. But if you like any of these unboxing things, we are also a podcast. Make sure you go and download the podcast wherever you get podcasts. You can go Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere. You can listen to our Bigfoot, Riley Martin, Jesus Twins, Unboxing Eric. I may start release some stuff too as we put more member content up. I think we can it's like thoughts. One thought comes in my mind, I have to push one out. So maybe for every show that we do that's a membership, we can push one out. And so I think the Jesus Twins is one that I think deserves to be out there. Those amazing stories. So check out that. And I think, guys, we've said it all.
We did it.
We did it. All right. Let me just get the outro going here. All right. For unboxing, do you guys have anything to say? Sorry, I don't want to cut it. You guys have anything to say?
Thanks to our super chatters and our mods. Thanks for being here, you guys.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you, feminist Tom Likas, Doo, Delta Zero, and Dupa and Delta for donating previously on shows. We're not gonna do a dance tonight because
it's late.
I'm so tired. But next week we will be dancing, and you three are always dancing with us. So, all right. If you don't have anything else to say for unboxing Eric the Actor, I'm Casey Day.
I'm DJ Electra.
And I'm feminine Tom Likas.
All right. Show us your tits.
And
bye for now.
No, seriously, show us your tits.
Bye.
There we go.
Thanks for watching
I'm showing them.
Unboxing
I'm showing them right now.
Liar.
Got a heart not size of his frame. Always ready for his claim to fame. So small in stature but big with pride. From his words you just can't hide.
Hello, Stern.
shade at me. Eric screaming on the phone, you hear, but we love that midget, let's be clear. In his world, he's a mighty star. Talking tough, though we can't reach too far. Critics swear my pick of our talk. Shawty, you're up like another endurance bar. Eric's got his swagger in a world so grand. Proven sides ain't ever part of the plan. With his antics, he steals the show. A little twerp, but our love will always grow. Eric's world where he's the king. Every call, we can't wait for the ring.
Bye for now.
You know what to do.
Ack, ack.